We'll talk about it. And that's it. That's it. After that, last words he said to me was, I gotta move on to other people. You have a good rest of your day. Since you're gonna go. I told him I don't got time for all that. You got a lot of people here that's got questions. You could have just answered my question right there. He said, I'll think about it. Maybe we can talk about this a different time. That's it. Then I left. I wasn't gonna waste my time, man.
Yeah.
Anyway, what's up, jihadism?
Hello.
I'll let you guys get to it. I'm gonna step out for a minute, so you guys go ahead. You got mod, by the way, Block.
All
All
right.
right.
All good.
So you want to answer to the question on screen?
Yes, is Allah identical to His attributes?
Well, it's just gonna simply be no, because we believe that he's distinct from his attributes. As in, like,
Okay. Perfect. So, wait. Are you Sunni?
yeah,
Okay. Perfect. So, number one, if you're gonna affirm a real distinction between the Allah's essence and His attributes, right? This is just gonna destroy Tawheed, the absolute oneness of your Allah, according to Surah 112, Ayah 1, right, where it says Allah is one and indivisible. Would you affirm that as well, the ayah?
yeah. Obviously, he's one and indivisible.
Okay, perfect. So him being one and indivisible would negate any sort of composition, like in the human body, correct?
Yeah,
Okay, perfect. Now, if Uthman ibn Sa'id Darimi says that when talking about Allah's attributes, no one should be using metaphors, and I can pull up the quotation if
yeah.
you would like.
I know what you're talking about, and I agree with him, of course.
Okay, perfect. Then when the Quran talks about Allah's face, for example, in Surah 2888, or Allah's hand, finger, shin, and foot in the Hadith, then this is the equivalent to a real attribute, meaning it's not metaphorical or a representation of some sort of power or whatever. It is a real attribute. Would you be in agreement with that?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, perfect. So if Allah has real attributes, and one more question for clarity. Is Allah's attribute, one of his attributes, identical to his essence, or would you again say it's distinct?
No, it's distinct. Like his
Okay,
mercy is distinct from him and applies for all the others as well.
okay. So if Allah's mercy is distinct from his hand, then Allah in essence is not identical to Allah in essence, right? You would have to attribute, if Allah is going to be one and indivisible, his essence is going to be synonymous with all of his attributes, whether it be hands or the attribute of his mercy or whatever it be. Correct?
Wait, you're saying that for Allah to be identical to himself, he has to be identical to an attribute like his mercy?
No, I'm saying for Allah to be one and indivisible, he cannot be composite, made up of parts, meaning his essence has to be identical to his attributes. Would you be
Well,
in agreement with that?
no, because I wouldn't say that you have to be identical to your attribute to not be composite.
Right. So we're just talking generally under the worldview of Tawheed. Like we're not talking like outside of Tawheed, right?
Yeah.
When your Quran says that Allah is one and indivisible and that there is nothing like him and that he is unlike his creation, according to Surah 42, verse 11, then how come, according to Jami' Tirmidhi 32:35, your Muhammad saw Allah in his dream, and Allah physically touched him with his right hand and placed it on his shoulder. And Muhammad physically felt the hand of Allah on his shoulder and the sensation between his two nipples, his chest, in the middle of his chest. Can you
Yeah.
explain that to me?
Yeah, it's pretty simple. So it's in his dream, it's not actually Allah. Like it's not actually it's the prophet's manifestation in his dream of Allah.
Okay. So do you believe that Allah can transform, sort of like a modalist or a transformer?
No.
Okay, so Allah doesn't have passive potency, correct?
Yeah, we affirm active potency for Allah.
Okay, active potency wouldn't be applied in that case. Active potency would just be the act of Allah's mercy, like you
Yeah.
established in the beginning, right? An action of his attributes. It's not going to be the transformation of his essence, right? You're
Yeah.
saying, you're affirming that because it's in his dream, it's not really the form of Allah. But if Allah is transforming into something other than his essence or his being in Muhammad's dream, then he has just partook in the act of passive potency.
Well, we don't believe that the dream that the prophet saw was actually Allah in it. Like it was not actually like it was just it was a dream version of him, like how the prophet interpreted it in his dream.
Now, to be
Oh,
fair, guys, couldn't you say couldn't the Muslims say that it's a created effect in Muhammad's dream? So it's not actually Allah; it's just Allah creating a vision for him.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
yeah, right.
that's not.
So
I
then
mean,
you're
that you could
saying,
say it, kind of.
so then you're saying Allah is a modalist. Then you're saying
No, no, no.
he falls into modalism within the confines of Tawheed. Then you're saying Allah is puppeteering himself,
No,
masquerading himself with another
No,
image.
that's not the point.
no,
It's the same
because
as when we say God was in the fire of Exodus 3:14, like the burning bush. Like it's not as if we think that God took on the nature of a burning bush, but it's just
yeah,
you could say it's a created effect.
like the effect is going to be
Right.
separate from his essence.
So this is where it differs, right? The created material of fire is going to be distinct from God taking on the created material in essence of humanity, human nature, right? Even though, according to Hebrews chapter 10 and 9, that body was prepared from eternity past, right? That's the difference, right? So when we compare it with Allah in this example, and that Allah cannot be anything like his creation, again, according to Surah 42:11, right? Him appearing even in the dream state, right? And physically touching Muhammad on his shoulder with his hand, his right hand, right, which we know according to jihadism's concession that Allah possesses real attributes and real distinctions, that this is literally going to be talking about the hand of Allah, right? That was all that was mentioned in the vision. I didn't talk about Allah transforming into any other material, right? We're not saying that Allah became something else other than what was described about his attributes. So to say that is to negate that Allah has a hand in the first place. So I don't know why that guy came up and sort of tried to argue against that point, like as if I was trying to make an analogous argument. But anyways,
Well, wait, then what's the point like of this argument now?
right. So exactly, that was what I was going to go into. What's the point of you saying that that wasn't really Allah in the dream, right? Because your argument now is that you're discarding the dream and saying, no, that wasn't really Allah. But it says that one of his attributes, meaning his right hand, physically interacted with Muhammad in his dream.
No, because we wouldn't say that's the actual right hand of Allah in the dream.
Okay, but does Allah possess a right hand? Yes or no?
Yeah, he does, of
And,
course.
and it's real, it's not
Yes,
metaphorical.
it's real. It's not
Okay,
metaphorical.
so if Allah's right hand was placed on Muhammad's shoulder, even in a dream state, are you going to tell me that's not a representation of the real attribute of Allah interacting with Muhammad? Yes or no?
No, it's not his actual. It's in his dream, so it's in the prophet's mind. It's not actual. It's not his actual real right hand.
Wait, I've got a question. Wait, because by the way, I'm not a Muslim, but I
I
don't
know.
find this argument like very strong. I'm a Christian, by the way. But like, what if like the Muslim was to say Daniel 7 verses 9 to 10 and 13 to 14, when Daniel literally sees the Ancient of Days? That's the Father, no? I mean, we're not going to say that the Father literally he looks like that. That we would say that it's in a vision.
That wouldn't be a good argument either way, right? If you're saying that, like for example, like the right hand of the Father argument that Muslims are going to use,
No,
or
no, no. I'm not saying
seeing
that.
the Ancient of Days, regardless, that's just going to be referring to the person of the Father, right? We have,
Yeah, but
it's not saying that God was,
does the Father have a permanent shape though? Is what I'm asking. Like,
yeah, he can take a shape in heaven, right? There's no problem with the Christians saying that, right? But again, the argument
wouldn't you
isn't
say it's
the
a created
shape.
effect? So I don't mean to cut you off, but like, wouldn't you say?
No, no, no. This is gonna be different, right? This is where you're not. I don't think you were tracking the initial argument. The initial argument is just gonna be
I came late.
simply
I came late.
that. Hold on, Lewis. Let me just explain to you the argument so that you have a full context and you don't strawman my position, please. The argument initially from the beginning is if Allah is supposed to be one and indivisible according to Tawheed, we're not even talking we're not using analogies and comparing and contrasting with the Trinity, right? And what Christians believe. If Allah is one and indivisible according to Surah 112, verse 1, but Allah possesses real distinctions. These real distinctions would entail the composition of their Godhead, i.e., of Allah,
What's the argument for
which
that?
would negate
What's
the
the argument for that?
absolute
Wait, what's
oneness,
the
which
argument
would
for that?
be a
Wait, hold up.
contradiction. Please
What's the
hush.
argument?
I'm in the middle of talking. Thank you very much. If you unmute yourself, you're gonna get dropped. So that's where we went into me giving the analogy, not analogy, but the example of here Muhammad has a dream. Yes, I'm aware it's not like in the physical, it's in his dream state. But one of the attributes of Allah, his right hand, is there physically placed on Muhammad's shoulder. Muhammad says he saw Allah, he saw his Lord. And that right hand, what he saw was the right hand being placed on his shoulder. Now, what Judaism was saying, jihadism, sorry, it was saying was that no, that wasn't really Allah, right? So if it wasn't really Allah in that dream, then he would just simply have to say that it was someone separate. Either, I don't know if he's going to argue it was Jibreel or something else, but he's negating the reality of what took place according to that hadith, right?
All right, sure.
That's where we're at.
Look, I'll be honest. I'm not a Muslim, but I just don't think it's a good argument.
Okay, let me
I
respond
think
to
it's a
it,
silly
if
argument.
you don't mind.
But
So are you
jihadism,
talking about?
I came to back you, bro. But whatever.
No,
I'm
it's
gonna
you're
drop.
chilling.
No,
Don't worry,
Lewis,
bro.
continue
God
with your
bless.
point. I want to see your point.
Okay, are you talking about Shab al-Amrad?
Wait your turn for a second, Ayan, please.
Yeah, I just don't see
I
how
want
that's.
you.
How is that an argument? How does that affect Tawheed?
How does that affect Tawheed?
Yeah.
Right. I'm showing the real attribute, right, of Allah's hand, whether it's in the dream state or not. He cannot negate the fact that Allah has a real attribute, i.e., his
I agree to
hand
that.
or his arm. Hold on, jihadism, that is in place. Now, he said the real attributes of Allah are distinct from the essence of Allah. Now, in that, if there's going to, like I said before, if there are real distinctions, this propagates the composition in Allah. How is he going to now say that the hand of Allah is identical to the foot of Allah?
No,
He
but
can't say it.
okay.
Wait. I'm not done. I haven't landed the plane.
All right, sure.
If the essence, if Allah and his deity is indivisible and one, like I said before, this negates composition. So if the essence, if Allah is identical to all of his attributes, which it would have to be granted in this case, or else he is divided, then because the attributes are within the essence, right, although he affirms they're distinct, and they're partially identical to that essence because now they cannot be separated, then to say that there are distinctions would entail, again, like I said before, composition, and that Allah's essence, in fact, is not identical to his essence when referring to two of his attributes. They have to affirm to absolute divine simplicity, or else Tawheed falls apart. That's my argument.
All right,
Well,
I would respond, but I really don't care enough because I'm not a Muslim. But I'll let jihadism or Ains respond.
yeah, so Blockboy, the attributes aren't ontologically prior to the essence, so they can't be parts. I don't know why you're like presupposing composition here. Like, what's the argument for why the attributes would be parts of Allah?
Because according to you, the attributes aren't identical to the essence. You affirmed it. Like, for example, would you say the attribute of speech in the form of the Quran is identical to Allah?
No, but it's just an
Exactly.
attribute. It's not a part.
So if Allah's speech is not identical to Allah, therefore you have two separate things, right? We would call that a part. If the speech is not identical or the entirety of the essence, then the speech is part of the essence. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, so why would it be a part?
Because it's not, is Allah's speech in the context of the Quran, we're not even talking about the Mus'haf. Is Allah's speech in the context of the Quran, is it the entirety of his essence?
No.
Okay, is the Quran, is Allah's speech identical to his essence?
No.
Okay, so now you affirmed a real distinction. Thank you very much. So is one more question, is the Quran Allah?
No.
Thank you very much.
All right, so
Thank you very
why
much. So if the wait, if the
Thank you.
Quran is not Allah, therefore you again have made another real distinction, meaning you have divided Allah's word from his essence. Meaning, if Allah's word, i.e., the Quran, pre-incarnate, let's say pre-Mus'haf, is uncreated and eternal, and Allah is uncreated and eternal, and the Quran is not identical to Allah, and Allah is not identical to the Quran. Therefore, you have two gods. Thank you very much. You
wait,
separated your Allah. Now he's divisible.
wait,
You see
when did I say they're separated? I
you
never
see
said
how
it.
your boy dropped? He knows the argument follows.
Lewis is a Christian, bro. Wait, Jihad,
Yeah,
let me
he's
talk
a
to him.
Christian.
He was backing you up. That's why I'm calling him your boy.
Wait, hold on. When did I ever say that the attribute is separate from Allah? I said it's
You
distinct.
implied it. You said it's not identical.
Yeah, what? You think something is separate if it's not identical?
Yeah, you said it's not identical, and you said it's not Allah.
Wait, okay, if something is not identical, does that make it separate?
Two things that you said. Yes, I'm going to answer your question. Right. So in the case of Tawheed, yeah, it's going to entail a separation.
Why?
Why? Because
Explain.
when I asked you, is the Quran Allah, you said no.
Okay, so
But
why
when
is
I
that
said, is
separation?
Allah identical? And again, when I said, is Allah identical to all his attributes, you said no. But if Allah's attributes lie within his essence, and Allah cannot be divided into composition like you affirmed before, either your Allah becomes composite or he becomes separate. And you really distinctly divided the Quran, Allah's word, from Allah's essence. And you said they're not identical. So if Allah is not identical to himself, you have two Allahs. Thank you very much. You're a polytheist.
Wait,
You have two gods.
when did I say Allah is not identical to himself? I said he's not identical to his attribute.
You were implying that he's not identical. For example, with the statements that you made, right? You said that Allah is, we'll just grant the position that Allah is one being. So all of his attributes lie within his being, correct?
All of his attributes, what?
Lie within his being, within his essence, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. But if all of these attributes are distinct from each other, that would imply that they're not identical to each other, correct?
Yes.
Okay, but if Allah is one and indivisible and incapable of being composite, would this not entail that because Allah's attributes are not identical to each other and not identical to his essence, that you have multiple, or if not just composition in your Godhead? Let's start there.
No, can you just justify that though? Like I already explained to you.
So justifying it
Wait,
again, like I said
let me
before.
talk to him, bro. Let me talk to him. Hold on. Okay. Yo, Blocboy, what's up, bro?
No, let him finish his conversation with jihadism first, one at a time.
You can
I
go
think
if
he's
you
done.
want.
Wait, Jihadism, are you done?
I mean, I don't really care who speaks. It's fine.
Okay, there you
Okay.
go. I think he's done.
Let's use this argument.
Can I speak to
Okay,
you? Blocboy.
Wait. Yeah, we can. You guys can do a 2-on-1. You guys
No,
can
just
tag
me.
team.
Just me and you. Come on. How you doing, bro? How's your day?
But jihadism is still in the conversation. We're
He
not
said
gonna
he said he's
exclude
done.
him.
He said he's done.
You're done. You're done. Jihadism.
Yeah,
I
he's
mean,
good.
I can add on if he like stops talking. I don't know. Like
Oh,
it's
look who
whatever.
we have in the building. We have a nice.
It's just one at a time, guys.
Chill out, bro. There's Christians in the comments saying that it's not a good argument. This is a sign, my friend.
Oh yeah,
It's
and I
just,
refuted.
it's
And
just
I
one
refuted.
person. Who cares?
One second. Okay, it's fine. Hold up, Enes. One
Explain
second.
Can you explain how my God's composite now, please?
Wait, hold up, Enes. 1 second. Wallah. One second. Hold up.
It's just one at a time.
Bro, this is practice for
Bro,
1 second.
please.
Calm
He
down.
said it's
One
practice
at
for
a
him.
time, guys.
training in, bro. You're the philosopher, bro. I'm trying to get.
Yo, one at a time. Chill out.
I'll go.
You get your turn to speak after A.
Okay, jihadism's letting me go though, and so is Ain. Go
Oh,
ahead.
so
Okay.
you guys don't want to be a part of the conversation no more?
No, just
I
me.
want to
So
be a
it's
part
one
of
on
the
one.
conversation. I'm not gonna lie. This is pretty easy.
Ain't
Okay,
خليني أنا
perfect.
please.
Wait. Let
Down,
Anas
bro.
let Anas talk because
Y'all decide who y'all want to talk or not, bro. If
It's
y'all not gonna
me,
talk,
man. It's me. They're
drop
all
down, bro.
they're quiet. Me.
watch what I'm about to
I
do.
either drop down, bro. It's so good. Go ahead.
All right, go ahead, Blockboy. Go ahead, make argument.
Okay, perfect. So Anas, in our previous conversations, you affirmed indirectly number one, two gods, and that Allah's words, all of Allah's words, are not eternal.
Yeah, good.
And
And
thank
how
you
does
very
that make
much.
it two gods?
So wait. Is one of your Allah's attributes not identical to his essence? If you said the word, all of Allah's words are not eternal, is the word of Allah still a part of him or not?
Define word of Allah. You mean the genus or the subset?
Just the entirety of his speech. You
So
said the entirety of his
again,
speech
the
is not
genus.
is not
Again, I'm gonna
eternal.
ask you the genus or
You
the
said the
subset.
no. Stop using these terms. Stop using semantics. I said the
How? What?
entirety
Oh my
of his
God!
speech.
How is that semantics,
You're using semantics. Stop running.
bro? Is it okay? Is it
Is the
okay?
entirety? Listen, Anas. Is the entirety of your Allah's speech
What do you mean by entirety?
eternal or
What do you mean
not
by entirety?
eternal?
What does entirety mean?
What
Of
is
what?
entirety? Hold on, is this guy serious right now?
You
He
don't, bro.
doesn't know what
What
the
do you
word
mean by
entirety
entirety?
means.
Like the eternal attribute, or what he
Wait.
has spoken? What he has spoken, or the eternal
The eternal
attribute?
attribute. You said the eternal attribute. I
Okay,
have the
the
video
eternal
evidence.
attribute is going to be distinct from him. And when you
And
say
you said the eternal attribute is not eternal. You want me to pull the clip?
I said the subset of the eternal attribute is not eternal.
No, you
Potato.
didn't. Oh, let's
Show
pull the
me
clip.
right now.
Push.
Show me.
Wait. Let's pull the clip right now.
Show me
Oh
where
no,
I said
today
the
is not a
genus is
good
not
day for
eternal. I
you.
dare you, Blockboy. Coward. You
It's
can't
not a
debate
good day for
philosophy.
you. Wait.
You can't debate philosophy. Wallahi, if this guy finds a
Hey, bro, chill.
Moose, remember, root word of Muslims.
I don't need you to start calling names, bro.
Fake.
Everything's chill here. I'm not gonna let him call names. I'm not gonna let you call names, bro. Chill
Go
out.
ahead.
So this guys who are watching, this was the debate between Anas, me, and Pac-Man. I was getting 2v1. Listen to what they say. Yeah. So according to the quotation, right? Does it say not one of his particular words are eternal? Yes or no? Yes. Okay. What? So does that include all of his words, or is it that part of his words are not eternal?
All of his words.
All of his words. Well, let me play that again. Anas just said all of Allah's words are not eternal. Let me play that again. Words are eternal?
Yeah,
Someone
because his
clip
words
this.
are not eternal,
Yes.
potato.
Oh. So does that include
His words are not eternal. Look at this dumbass. His words are not eternal.
He cooked himself. He said all of Allah's speech is not eternal.
His words are not eternal.
He said all of Allah's speech is not eternal.
Yes, his words are not eternal. You're so slow.
Oh, you're crazy. So your Allah is Allah eternal?
Allah is eternal. You're cooking yourself.
Okay, perfect. So does Allah and his attributes, are they all eternal? Are they
What
all
do you mean by
eternal?
you mean the genus of attributes or the subset of them? Which ones?
Stop. You know
Look
what
at
I'm
this
talking
dumbass.
about.
When his peanut brain cannot contain words that he doesn't know. Look at this dumbass.
So you're resorting to ad hominems because you know where this
That's
leads.
not an ad
You
hominem
said
actually, because I already destroyed your
the entirety
argument.
of Allah's speech
I
is
destroyed
not
your
eternal,
argument.
but then
Moose, you better
you
kick me now
just
before it gets
said
worse.
that Allah is eternal. So is the speech a separate subset, distinct or separate from Allah? Is it distinct from Him but still a part of His essence, or is it separate?
What? And I already asked you. Didn't actually respond to my
Is it
question.
separate or distinct?
Can you?
Is it separate or distinct?
The speech, the genus of the speech. The answer is distinct.
Okay, is it separate from His essence?
Bro, I just told you it's distinct. Are you?
Is it separate from? No. It's for clarity. Is it separate from His essence?
No, it's not separate.
Thank you very much. So if the essence of Allah is eternal, like you said, and the speech lies within the essence, therefore, according to your worldview, I'm trying to help you, your Allah's speech should be eternal in its entirety. But
No,
you
that's not
said
true.
in this
That's not
debate
true.
that Allah's speech is not eternal, the entirety of it. Thank you very much. You're not even a Muslim. Jihadism, will you defend this guy?
Wait,
AYN, are you going to defend this guy?
Hold on. Dude,
One second,
he
hold up,
said
let me talk
he
to him,
said
let me
the
talk to him.
words
Let me
aren't
talk to him, bro.
eternal.
I haven't even talked to him, bro.
that's so dumb.
So, Blockboy, can you like define genus and subset?
No, that's why I'm saying semantics.
One second, it's fine. Anas, one second. Let me talk to him.
subset. If he's referring to like the procession of specific words, like i.e. the Quran, it's not the entirety of, right? That's
Don't
what
use the word
later on
entirety.
debates.
Just say
One second. That's
subset.
fine. Let me talk to him.
Yeah,
Let me,
exactly.
it's fine.
Subset, right? The procession is not the entirety of
Entirety? See, like, that word makes no
Anas, one
sense.
second. Anas,
entirety.
one
Yeah,
second. Let me talk
exactly.
to him.
This is what you conceded to before on us, right? You
Okay.
you
Words are not
literally
eternal. I already
said
said
that
it.
you.
So
This is why I asked the clarifying question in the debate. I asked you,
there's no
then
debate.
are all of Allah's words in his entirety,
None of his
all of
words are
Allah's
eternal.
words, eternal? You said no. You
Okay,
said no.
Anas, hold up, man. 1 second. So, what's the argument? Can you like present it to me? I don't even know what's happening yet. So, because I've
Okay,
been
so
like,
the argument is going to be this.
okay,
The
go ahead.
argument is according to Anas, right?
No, it's for
When we
me.
were
Like,
having
it's me and you, not Anas. Me and you. Like, what's the argument?
yeah, this is in the context of the discussion me and
Okay,
Anas had.
go ahead.
Jihad is Imran.
Okay.
That the essence in its eternality has to be synonymous with all the attributes. If you're going to tell me one of the attributes is not
Oh my
eternal,
God.
1 second. Hold up. Calm
well,
down,
All right,
Anas.
exactly.
you guys, hey, bro, because it's just annoying me now. Stay on mute while he's talking. When he's finished, I promise you, he's not gonna monologue. Just let him finish, and then you respond to him when he's done. Okay?
Blocboy, go ahead.
Thank you, Mus. So if he's going to say that one of the attributes in its entirety, i.e. the speech, that's why I clarified in this debate that we had that's published on YouTube. If I said, if he's going to say that one of these attributes in its entirety is not eternal, he's calling it indirectly a separate entity from Allah.
Crazy.
Hence why I asked even Pac-Man, is the Quran Allah? He said no.
Crazy.
But I thought the Quran was the procession of Allah, which
Crazy.
is indivisible from Him.
What's the
Right?
argument?
So you see where the argument is going. If he's gonna
No,
say,
there's no rules of inference. There's no argument. Make an argument.
okay, so can you repeat what I said?
There's no rules of
Since I think you're just
inference.
negating
No,
what
I
I
heard
said
it.
just to
No,
negate
I
it.
heard it. You said that Allah is eternal, and the speech would, be not eternal, and the Quran would be this hulul that's coming later, and this like hawadith, and therefore you're saying it would be like a separate entity from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala,
You see, you didn't
and
even track my
therefore,
argument. You weren't even listening. You
no, I
weren't even
tracked it,
listening.
buddy. You're just trying to
No,
act
you
like I didn't
didn't.
track it.
So
Okay,
if you
so what's the
tracked
argument?
it, you would know. Hold on. If you
you weren't listening to him. You didn't even repeat what he said. Now you don't.
He just doesn't understand what hawadith is. It's fine. But anyway,
It doesn't have to be perfectly verbatim, but at least act like you listened to him, bro.
I didn't understand it, and I didn't listen to it. But anyway, what's the argument?
I heard him just fine. He's very
Oh,
clear.
can you make the argument?
Congratulations. I'm not speaking to you, Mus. Anyway, back to Blocboy.
Well, I'm the host, buddy. So I mean,
Good job.
yeah, AYN, you're not gonna disrespect the host like that.
I'm gonna drop him down. You can talk down us, bro.
Yeah.
Okay, so Blockboy, I'm gonna tell you what I believe, then you can make your argument, so we can avoid straw manning. Number one, the Quran and the words of God are the subset of the eternal genus. Number one. Number two, the genus is eternal. Number three, the subset of the genus cannot be eternal. Do you understand?
So the procession cannot be eternal, is what you're saying. The Quran cannot be eternal.
What do you mean possession?
You affirmed earlier that the subset is going to be the Quran that proceeds down from Allah via the angel Jibreel to Muhammad.
Sir, it doesn't proceed from God. It proceeds from His attribute of speech.
Okay, so wait. Are the attributes of Allah are going to be identical via the essence?
No, they're not identical.
Okay, so then they're distinct and therefore separate. You just made a real distinction. Allah can't have any real distinctions.
Can you prove it? Can you prove you can't have real distinctions in the attributes?
Yeah, so Surah 112 verse 1, Allah is one and indivisible. Your Allah can have composition. So you affirm composition within your Godhead. Thank you very much.
Okay, prove that's composition. Make the argument.
Okay, so I already made the argument. Is the Quran identical to Allah?
I said to make the argument, not to ask questions.
Yeah, I'm making the argument by asking you questions.
That's not an argument.
By asking you multiple clarifying questions.
Okay, so after I
argument.
answer clarifiers, can you make the syllogism, please?
Yeah, I think the syllogism will be clear.
Ask the questions.
The answers
Ask the
and
questions. Go ahead. Ask the question.
Perfect.
Perfect.
So let's go a different route.
Oh, okay.
Is the foot of Allah identical to the hand of Allah, or the two right hands of Allah?
No, they're not identical.
Okay. Do they both lie within the indivisible one essence of Allah?
Lie? We just say that they subsist within the essence.
They subsist within it. And that essence is not composite, correct?
It's not composite.
Thank you. So it means there are no parts.
No parts.
Does Allah have parts, yes or no?
No parts.
No
parts.
He knows where I'm going.
I'm answering. Wait, did I answer your question or no?
Does Allah have parts, yes or no?
No.
I'm sorry.
Are you okay?
I'm sorry.
That actually depends how you. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's a good point. You can. Yeah, if you define parts correctly, then they will change the narrative. But when you say parts, what do you mean? Like something that's attached to God?
No, just something that subsides within him, but is not his entirety.
Oh, then in that case, then don't clip me out of context, guys. Listen, guys, in the comments, if according to his definition, and I agree with the definition, then God, the hand would be a part of God's essence according to his definition.
Nobody clipped that. Nobody.
I'm just letting you know. If you clip it out of context, I just told you, like, you agree. I agree with the definition. So go ahead.
Okay, perfect. So we're on the same page. So like that's the argument I'm making.
Okay.
But what I'm also making, according to this argument,
make a syllogism, please. Just make the syllogism.
Yes. The syllogism is like I've explained before.
Premise 1. Let's go.
Premise 1. Allah is one and indivisible, according to Surah 112, verse 1.
Yeah.
Premise 2. Allah possesses real distinctions within his essence, like his hand, face, feet, and shin. Premise 3. These attributes are, again, distinct and not identical to each other. And premise 4. If they subsist within the essence, then the essence is composite. And the conclusion is, if Allah is composite, and he's made up of composite components, and if he is composite, then this is a contradiction with Surah 112, verse 1, which means that the Quran and the Hadith that support my argument are just a bunch of contradictions and a bunch of inconsistencies.
Good. So your argument's invalid. Do you know what validity is in logic?
Oh my God! Now you're arguing the semantics of validity. Address the argument.
Okay,
man.
your argument's
Come on,
invalid.
Man.
It's okay. I'm addressing it by saying
explain why it's invalid.
Okay, I'll tell you how. When something is invalid in logic, that means the premises don't follow. Okay.
Okay. So, can you explain how the premises don't follow?
Yes. One of your premises was that Allah has attributes which are distinct, really distinct, and they subsist within God's essence.
You affirm. Hold on. In this debate that I have still on my computer
I'm not
screen,
done. I'm not done. You didn't let me finish. That's why you're interrupting. You didn't let me finish. You didn't let me finish.
Go ahead.
You didn't let me finish. Thank you. So you made the premise that God's attributes that subsist within his essence lead to composition. That wasn't even your conclusion. Okay? So please justify that now, because I haven't heard the justification.
What? Whoa. Am I tripping? Mus, help me out here.
Oh my
Did
God,
I not just provide a perfect syllogism and provide the conclusion to my argument?
Yeah, you provided a syllogism and a conclusion, but your premises don't follow. So I'm critiquing your premises.
Okay,
now.
so you have not explained.
Your boy didn't even answer.
Yeah, I'm waiting. Mus, are you there?
You're burden shifting now,
I'm
and
not
I want
burden
you.
shifting.
Okay,
I'm
can you please justify your fourth premise?
See if I'm just
Can you please justify your fourth premise?
Fourth premise?
Yes, which is God's attributes subsisting within his essence, really distinct.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, like you conceded to before.
How did I concede that leads to composition?
You said out of your mouth that all of Allah's attributes subsist within his essence.
Yes, but that doesn't lead to composition.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
How does it lead to composition?
Hold on, did you or did you not conclude the fact that Allah's hand is a part of his essence? Did you not say it?
Yeah, wait, okay. With the correct...
Thank you very much. So Allah has parts, therefore he is composite.
Look at this dumbass.
Thank you very much.
Did we not just define the word part? You dumbass.
Guys, he's raging.
You're actually stupid as shit.
Raging.
I knew this was gonna happen.
Just
defined part.
He's raging.
We just defined part.
Yeah. You can see
you are actually so embarrassing.
It's not gonna be the entirety.
Can you explain how my God's composite?
The subsistence, which is gonna be.
You're making a false equivocation now. Blocboy, please. Can you calm
It's
down?
not a false equivocation. Can
Yes,
you
it is.
prove
Yes,
how
it
it's a
is.
false equivocation?
You're equivocating parts into something which would lead to composition, which is a different definition of parts. So you're using a different.
Wait. So if something has parts, if the entirety of something has parts, does that not mean it is composite?
Define parts first, then it
Oh
depends.
my goodness! Wait.
Wait. You're
Does the
panicking.
human body composed of parts? Yes or no?
Define part for the human body.
No. Oh my god! My
Oh my
fingers.
God! When I can't define definitions,
My
I just start
fingers,
appealing
my
to my daddy
toes, my
niece.
nose,
Can you
my
answer the question,
eyes,
you
my
bozo?
ears. Yes, I answered the question. My
Define
fingers, my
parts.
toes, my nose, my eyes, my mouth.
That's defining
Are
the
these
body
parts?
parts. Define how it's related to the
Thank
human
you very
body.
much. Does your Allah have body parts that are real and not
What?
metaphorical?
No, my God doesn't. My God does not have body
Okay, so
parts.
according to Ibn Sa'id, Ibn Uthman Sa'id Darimi,
al-Khudri.
yes, he says, according to
Yes.
this logic, that no Muslim can say that the body parts of Allah are metaphorical. Thank you very much. I can pull
I
up the
made up a
quotation for
random
you if you
last
want
name
to.
from a Sahabi. That's a
No,
random
I
guy
didn't.
using
Do you want
it.
me to pull up the quotation?
Ibn Sa'id al-Khudri is not a
Do
person.
you? What?
That's not a person.
I said, listen to me carefully. Uthman ibn Sa'id Adarimi.
Ad-Darimi, not al-Khudri. You
Adarimi.
stupid.
I said Adarimi. Stop running.
Okay, Blackboy, can you repeat
Stop
what
shifting.
Ad-Darimi said?
Exactly.
Can you
I'll
repeat
read
what
you the.
Ad-Darimi said for us? Clip it, guys. Okay, go ahead.
Yes.
Go ahead.
I'll read the quotation. May he be exalted. He said, may Allah have mercy on him, said, may he be exalted. We know about the concept of metaphors from the language of the Arabs, which you have taken and used to confuse and mislead the ignorant. By means of this concept, you denied the reality of divine attributes on the basis of the metaphor argument. But we say it is wrong to judge the most common style in the Arabic language on the basis of its rarest style. Rather, we should understand the statements of the Arabs on the basis of the most common style. Unless you can produce proof that what is meant here is the rare style,
Good. Yes, his
namely the
attributes are not
metaphor,
metaphorical.
this is the approach that is most fair. And it is not right to approach the divine attributes that are well known and understood as they appear to be by people of common sense and twist the meaning on the grounds that these are metaphors. End quote from Naked.
Did I say they were metaphors?
Darimi Allah Bishar Allah
Aradidi.
Miss
Blackboy, did I say they were metaphorical? Did I say that?
I'm giving you the quotation.
Okay,
You
I
asked
agree
me
with
for the
everything he said.
quotation. I'm giving you the quotation.
Okay, so can you provide how my God is composite? I'm waiting. I've been waiting. Please go ahead.
Yeah, thank you very much. You earlier conceded that your Allah has parts. You conceded
Oh
that the
my
hand of
God.
Allah is not identical to the
This
rest of
guy
his
is
being,
so
which means
slow.
he's comprised of parts. You conceded that the hand of Allah is not identical to the rest of his body parts, i.e. his shin, i.e. his other right hand, and so on and so forth.
God.
Therefore, when you agreed with my syllogism in the beginning, meaning that if Allah is one and indivisible, he cannot have any sort of composition because this
Blackboy,
would
can you
negate
define?
Tawheed as a whole.
Wait. Let me talk now. You've been talking for a long time. Let me talk now.
I'm trying to explain to you.
No, I understand your argument. Can I please speak now? Because you've been strawmanning and talking for the longest time.
No. Do you want me to answer your
I
question,
want to
or do you
ask
just
you,
want to waffle?
what can you define? Wait, 1 second, please, because you're falsely equivocating. Now, don't accuse me of not. Because I'm
What
gonna
am
show
I
you.
equivocating? What am I
Oh,
falsely
good.
equivocating?
I'll tell you how. So, Blockboy, does every definition of parts lead to composition?
We're not talking about every definition. We're talking specifically in the case of Tawheed. And your
Okay,
God.
so
stop
wait.
running-
I'm gonna give you the definition
Stop
of
running to
parts.
stop running to colloquialism.
I'm not.
Stop running
How
to
am I running to colloquialism?
generality.
Wait, Blockboy. I want to make sure that you understand the definition of parts according to me. In our paradigm, if you say that God's hand is a part of Him, you would have to define the word part. We would say that if you want to use the word part to say that God's hand is a part of Him, you would have to define part as the following: something which subsists within God's essence, that's not Him, and it's just really distinct. So does my definition?
Thank you. Oh my goodness. Oh my
Does
God.
that fall into composition?
Wait.
Does real distinction fall
You
into
said it's not
composition?
him. Something that subsists within God's essence, your Allah's essence, that is not him and really distinct from him. Thank you very much. In that, you would conclude a separation, a real distinction.
Yo, this guy's fucking
via
retarded.
Something that is not identical to him, that
This
is
guy's
not
retarded.
him. So something that is not Allah. That means the hand of Allah
Hey, Blocboy.
is not Allah. Thank you very much. He just concluded that he has more than one God.
I dropped him, bro. Because he said something I didn't like. That was stupid. You shouldn't have said that, bro. We were having an academic debate. I was kind of enjoying it, Anas, but don't say stuff like that, bro. Here, let me put up some of these other people. Somebody named Umar
Yeah.
wanted to come up. Where's that guy? Omar, which one are you? I don't know who to bring up. They're telling me to rise Omar.
Oh yeah, they want to rise Omar. But yesterday I went on his live. He wasted 30 minutes of my time. And him and Eminem
Bro,
didn't want to talk to me. So I don't know why he wants to talk to me today.
bro, I'm just trying to have fun. Honestly, this is embarrassing. So,
Okay, so Omar,
what's your
before we have a
definition of a
debate,
part?
wait. Before we have a debate, Omar, can you tell me why you did not want to talk to me? You and Eminem did not want to have a conversation according to your
No
topic
one.
yesterday.
Do you think that you getting kicked off a panel means that someone's running from you?
No, so when I
You do
came and
realize even the
started, when you
Christians
started
laughed
asking
at
me
you, right? Because
questions,
we dropped you
you,
because you're a joke. Like no one takes you seriously.
okay, so if I'm a joke, why are you talking to me?
I just stated that from the beginning. Did you hear my answer?
No. Why are you talking to me if I'm a joke? Why do you want to have a
Did you hear?
debate with a joke?
Because I said I like to have fun.
Right, you
I
can,
toy
but you can
around
have fun
with
somewhere
little
else,
idiots like
right?
you,
You can have fun somewhere
right?
else doing something else.
So you define part as what?
In the context of Tawheed and how it relates to the parts, and my
No, you can't
definition is
make
going
it
to be
specific to
something.
Tawheed. If you bring a
Yeah,
philosophical
yeah. In the
definition,
context is key. Context is key.
no. Okay, so I can
We're
say in
not
the
gonna shift
context.
the
Okay,
colloquialism.
so then I can say in the context of the Trinity, a part means that God is identical to His attributes.
See exactly what you want to do. You want to shift to the Trinity.
Oh, that
So
doesn't work,
is
does
the
it?
context of the Trinity the same as the
Oh
context
man,
of Tawheed? Yes or no?
Yo, stop with all that, bro.
He's moaning.
I don't know who
that
you
is
are, but
funny, bro.
He's
don't come in
moaning.
here. Don't come in here doing that, bro.
So,
Act like you're a grown man who knows how
Mus,
to
can
have
you
a
even track the conversation? Let's be honest, host. You can't even track
I'm
this
tracking the
conversation.
conversation right
Okay,
now.
so tell me what the argument.
So please,
Okay, so let me talk to those.
have an academic debate. Have some manners, bro. Just talk
Bro,
to
you're
me.
spam muting.
Stop acting a fool.
I'm chilling. Mus, let me ask you, what's the
All right,
argument?
so continue with the debate.
Wait, what's the argument? You said you
Wait,
understood.
please.
You said you're
Hush.
tracking.
You keep
said
on
you're tracking.
you keep on interrupting me, man. You already acting a fool.
Omar is running. He's trying to burden shift and deflect
Okay,
away
ready? So,
from
host,
the
you said you're
argument.
tracking. Can you tell me what the conversation is?
I'm better off bringing back Anas so we
Host,
can have
what's the conversation?
so we can continue
said
to have
you
a academic debate. But I'm gonna make him apologize because all you're doing is acting a fool, man. I'm better off bringing back Anas.
Exactly. Omar's
Blocboy,
a
can you
joke.
please tell me how I have two gods?
Yeah, you said how you Muslims would define part, specifically you. You said that it's going to be a subsistence within the essence of your Allah, which is not Him and really distinct.
When I
So
say
if
it's not
something,
him,
hold on, wait,
Oh my God.
Anas, wait.
Holy shit.
If you have an attribute within the essence of Allah in His subsistence, but it is not Him, and Allah is identical to His essence, therefore you have something really distinct and separate from your Allah's essence, which means you have two essences. So therefore, when you said the hand of Allah is a part of Allah, which is in the essence of Allah, and is not Allah, really distinct from Allah, you have two separate gods. Thank you very much. You're a polytheist mushrik.
Alright, good.
Go back to the
Can I
Orthodox
respond?
mushrik. Go
Can I
back to the
respond,
Orthodox
please? Can I
mushrik.
respond? Why is he just asserting it? Can I respond?
That's according to your syllogism.
Let me respond, Blockboy. So do real distinctions always lead to separation?
The real distinctions.
Yes. You told me that since I have a real distinction within God's
in
within
the
His
context of the
His
Trinity.
attributes. 1 second. Since I have a real distinction within the attributes of God and that they subsist within God's essence, therefore it's polytheism. Now, can you please tell me the answer to this question? Yes or no? I'm asking you. Do real distinctions always lead to polytheism or
In the context of
separate
Tawheed,
things?
yes, it does. When we're
Why?
talking
Wait,
about the Trinity,
why not in
and
the
let me
Trinity?
respond.
Why not in the
Let me
Trinity?
respond. I'll explain to you in the
This is
Trinity
special
why it
pleading.
doesn't. Yeah. So in the context of the Trinity, like I told you, I affirm Miaphysite Christology, which is the one composite nature of Christ. Why do we say composite nature? Because there are
I'm
two
not talking about
distinct,
hypostasis. Can
real
you track the
distinct
conversation?
nature. Yes, I'm tracking the conversation, and you're
No, you're
interrupting
not.
because
I'm
you
not.
know
I'm not
this
talking
refutes
about
you.
hypostasis.
Anas, hush. You asked about the Trinity. I'm gonna explain why this works in the Trinity. The divine nature is really distinct from the human nature, but they are brought together through the hypostatic union into what Miaphysite
Bro, I'm
Christology
talking about the
classifies as the one
Trinity.
nature according
Can
to
you
Saint
look?
Cyril.
You can't
Yes.
listen, bro, and host just stays
So we're
quiet.
talking about the Trinity. Stop interrupting. I'm
I don't care
explaining
about
it
the
to you.
hypostasis, man. I'm talking about the
Oh,
persons.
so then okay. So why are you
Discuss
bringing up
the
the Trinity?
persons.
Don't bring
Is
up
the
the Trinity.
Father really distinct from the Son? Answer the
Oh
question.
my goodness.
Can you
Oh my
answer the question
goodness.
without running? Can any Christian answer?
Oh my
Is the Father?
goodness. Can
Oh
you
my
listen to what
goodness!
I'm
It's not a
saying?
response.
The
Can you
Father
tell
is
me?
distinct. We affirm a formal distinction. We don't affirm a
Formal
real
distinction.
distinction
Is this distinction real?
between the Father and the
Wait,
Son
you
and the
know a
Holy
formal
Spirit.
distinct? My friend, do you know what a formal distinction is?
Yeah, a formal distinction could entail a unity of something, but two things that are not identical to each other within the compound
So
union
it's a real
of one thing.
distinction.
So, no, a real distinction would
Oh
entail
my God!
separation. Do you want
This
me
guy's
to
a
pull up the
potato.
definition of a real distinction? Because the real distinction in the case of the hypostatic union is just going to
I
be the
don't care about the hypo.
separation
Look, he's
and
running to the
non-mingling.
hypostatic union. I don't care about it. I'm not talking
No,
about it.
Anna,
Howard, you might as well cook me. You might as well kick me now because
I
you're
got a
getting
phone call.
stuck.
Sorry, Anas.
Can you?
Hang on, Block.
Anas,
One second.
stop.
1 second, Block.
Running host. He's running.
Hey, Islam.
Moose.
Hey, no, Anas, chill for a second, bro.
Okay, can you just tell me the answer?
Bro, chill for a second. Just
Answer
1
my
second.
one question.
So here's what we can do. You can we can set up like Showtime or something, unless you want to continue like
Hell
this.
no, bro.
That way both of you can get a chance to speak. All right.
Okay, let me get my input in real quick. I just want him to answer one question. What is the difference between a real distinction and a formal distinction? Do you mind answering that question, Blockboy?
Well, yeah, and I already did, and I'll answer it for the second time.
That's the first time I
a
answered that
formal-
question.
No,
First
you
time I
asked me
asked it.
what was the formal distinction and if the Trinity implied a real
That's not
distinction
what I asked.
before.
Did I just ask that? I asked a different question.
You,
See, he
you
can't
asked it
listen.
before earlier in the discussion.
Can you repeat
did.
what was my question? Repeat it, please.
Yeah, you asked if there is a real distinction in
No,
the
I
Trinity.
didn't.
And
No,
yeah,
I didn't.
what?
I didn't ask that. See, he doesn't
You
listen.
didn't ask if there was a real distinction in the
Blockboy,
Trinity.
I
You
just
didn't ask
asked
if
you.
the real
No,
distinctions could be
you don't
applied
listen.
to the
You
Trinity
don't
the same way it
listen.
was applied to
That's
Tawhid.
not what I asked. Let me ask my question. What is the difference between a formal and a real distinction? That's my
That's
question.
the question you just posited right now. And,
I have
earlier
a
before
clip.
your
I
original question.
posited it like 2
pull
minutes
up the
ago.
clip. You can pull
Answer
up
the
clip.
question.
There's
Stop
no problem
running.
with that.
What is the difference?
Nobody's running. I've been
Answer
answering your
the
questions
question.
and then you cut me off.
Answer the
So
question.
do you want a full answer or do you want to just cut me off every 2
Yeah, fully
seconds?
answer my question I just asked you, please. Go ahead.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
What is the difference between a formal distinction and a real distinction? A formal distinction is just going to imply that two things are not identical to each other, but it's not going to imply the separation of those two things. So they have a union within each other, right? For example, I wouldn't use this analogy to describe the Godhead, but just for example, body and soul. I guess I could use the body soul analogy, right? My soul is distinct from my flesh, but my person, my being, is one. You understand? So we can draw a formal distinction between the flesh that I possess and my soul, right? That's a formal distinction, right? It's not going to entail separation, right? My soul is not a distinct person from my flesh, right? They're in unison. Thank you very much. Now, a real distinction, right, is going to entail a real separation, right? So, like you said, I don't know why you're laughing. See, this is the tactic. I give you answers. I'm trying to answer your
it
question,
sounds like
and
he's crying, man.
Exactly.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's not a
Somebody
formal
clip that. Anas
distinction.
crying.
That's
Anas
not a
is
formal
crying before
distinction.
GTA 6. Anas crying before GTA 6 releases.
Guys, you just called all
Clip
the
it,
Orthodox
clip it, clip it.
polytheists.
Clip
Guys,
it, clip it.
all you Orthodox
Clip it.
that are from real distinction are polytheists,
Oh, now
according to
he's trying to
Shaykh
appeal to
al-Masihiyya
Orthodox.
Blocboy. This
Now he's trying to
potato.
appeal to Orthodox.
Oh my God.
Are you
When Nick gave
slow?
you that detention, bro, yeah, you did. So this is so
Nick,
bad. So no,
yeah,
there's not
so
one
again,
philosophical textbook that says that a real distinction entails real separation. That's not true. That's false. That's satanic.
yeah,
So
if we want to go to the definition of it, a real
show me
distinction
any
is going to
logic textbook
entail
that says that.
separation.
Show me. Go ahead, boy.
Okay. Hold on. Hold on.
Okay, show me. Show me. Look, you just defined a real distinction, you potato. You didn't define a formal distinction. Jahsh.
Oh, okay. Let's see.
Let's see, yalla. Don't use colloquial dictionaries, by the way. Don't be slow.
Okay. Okay. Let me just put on my screen for a second. Let's just do
Watch,
the
it's gonna be
basic
Oxford. Watch
definitions.
this. It's gonna be Oxford. Watch.
Oh, let's just do the basic definitions. Okay.
Dude,
A
I
real
said
distinction.
don't make it colloquial.
Stay on mute. Stay on mute. Don't come off of mute. A real distinction involves a level of ontological separation, as when squirrels are distinguished from llamas. Uh-oh. Is a squirrel the same thing as a llama? No.
Squirrel is
Thank you
not
very much. So real distinction
answering the question.
entails a separation, like you gave in your defense for your Allah being composite, made up of parts, which was a composite, which is a concession on your end.
Tell me
Now,
what that definition. Wait, who made that definition?
What's ontological? What's ontological mean?
You're going to colloquial.
No. Because
That's
this
dumb as
relates
fuck.
to your Godhead. This relates to. He's panicking. He's running.
Colloquial.
He's running. He's
All right.
running. He's running.
Colloquial. You
Hey, yo, Anas,
Yes, nigga, that's
it's not even worth coming off your mic to speak because we're just gonna keep muting you.
He just said the N word. He just said the N word, and he's paler than Muhammad.
He'll continue to say, Anas, come back. He's gonna say it anyway. He doesn't care, bro.
I'll still show so ontological, relating to the branch of metaphysics,
honestly,
dealing with the nature of being. Right.
If you guys want to have like a debate one day, like a formal debate on this, I mean, that would be interesting to see. I mean, I've just been listening and kind of stepped out the room, listened to it. I mean, you're making a good argument, I see, but he just keeps like on us, bro. I mean, if you want to come back up, you might as well just tell me while he's talking. He'll stay on mute while you're talking. I'll keep it fair.
Yeah, for sure.
Come back up, but like when he's talking, it's not even worth coming off your your mic, bro, because we're just gonna keep muting. There's no point, bro. So just chill. Just relax a little bit.
All right, perfect. Just why are you using colloquial definitions? Please tell me why are we using colloquial definitions for philosophy when there's philosophical textbooks that uses jargon and define the jargon. You're using words that are found. I'm talking. He said, don't interrupt. You're defining jargon in philosophy using colloquial dictionaries. You're using Wikipedia, bro. Can you find me a logic textbook written by any logician that says that a real distinction entails separation? Do not use Wikipedia or colloquial definitions. Don't run.
All right. That's simply asking me that question is just going to be simply fallacious. You just want to argue the semantics and at the time of definitions and how they're going to apply to your religion and specifically your Tawheed, right? So when we're talking about specifically what I had on the screen ontologically, right? When I gave the definition, right, of a real distinction, which you said was colloquial, right, which is going to entail the separation of two things that are not identical to each other and that are not even of the same nature of each other, right? I mean, how are you going to argue that colloquialism, in this case, which wouldn't really follow, how are you going to argue that colloquialism wouldn't apply even to your definition and your defense of partialism or compositism in your Godhead, which you affirmed before? That's my question, right? So if you're going to say if I grant you the premise of colloquialism, even if I granted you that, right, you wouldn't be able to come back and say that this doesn't apply. And no, to answer your question, I don't have to bring you a textbook or a philosophical text of what real distinctions imply, right? But I'll allow you to respond.
You said I'm fallacious. Can you say, just clarifying, what's the fallacy? For asking for definitions. What's the fallacy?
The fallacy, the deceptive reasoning, which is what a fallacy means in the context of debate.
Wait, what fallacy?
It's just gonna hold on.
What fallacy though?
I thought there was no interruptions.
He's running. What fallacy?
Stay on mute. I'm gonna answer your question. See, he doesn't want to stay on mute, but he expects me to stay on mute.
What?
Bro, just let him answer, man. You asked him a question. Expect an answer.
Just make sure he tells me what the fallacy is.
Oh, thank you very much.
Yeah, just tell him what the fallacy is.
Yeah,
If you don't
thank you.
like his answer, then you can ask another question to clarify.
Yeah, just let me know what the fallacy is. Thank you.
Yeah. When I say he's being fallacious, I'm just saying he's using deceptive reasoning. I don't
What's the
have to name a
fallacy?
specific fallacy. No, when someone is being fallacious in an
Yo,
argument,
kick me down.
that
I
does
can't
not
take him serious.
entail
I can't
that
take him
there's a
serious. Take me down
specific
now.
fallacy
Take me down
every
now.
single. Go ahead. You can
Take this
remove
dude.
yourself if you want to.
You
See,
sound-
he wants to manifest.
Take this dude serious.
So what is the definition of fallacious? If we want to go to the definition of what fallacious means,
Me down.
again, it just means deceptive reasoning
Oh
in
my
an
god.
argumentation. Your deceptive
down.
reasoning, and let me explain. You don't want me to explain because you know you've gotten caught.
You got
Your deceptive reasoning
me down.
is your appeal to colloquialism, which you cannot negate,
The
and
fallacy.
your defense to your Allah having parts, and the term ontological in relation to real distinctions. If your Allah
The
is
fallacy.
ontologically
He
separate
said
and
it's
distinct from
fallacious.
himself, hold on. If your Allah is ontologically divided, separate from himself, distinct from himself, meaning a real distinction has been made, a real separation in which you said earlier that the subsistence of the attribute that lies within his essence is not Allah. This entails that you have two separate
Fallacy,
essences,
dumb fuck.
two
Answer
separate
now, bitch.
essences
What's
that
the
are not
fallacy,
identical
dumb fuck?
to each other. So the fallacy again is
He's
going to be the
manifesting. Hey,
fallacious.
Block, just 1 second. Sorry to interrupt you, Block. No insult or anything. I don't mean to disrespect you, Block. Just
What's the fallacy, host?
bro, Islamic, bro. You're acting a fool, man. This is what you Muslims do all the time. You do this all the time, and you know what you're doing, bro. Why are you gonna sit up here and manifest and cuss up Block, bro? You can't have a mature debate. I mean, you sound like a fool. Some guy said you even sound like Aisha, bro. That's crazy, man. He answered your question. He said to begin with that it was fallacious, what you're arguing. He didn't point out the exact fallacy. So him answering the question by saying what the definition of fallacious means, you're using deceptive reasoning, is answering your question. Now, if he wants to, he can look up the exact fallacy and point it out to you. That would align with what you said, sure. You can give him a minute to do that, but bro, you ain't gotta act a fool, bro. I mean, it's crazy. Go ahead, Block.
Yeah, so he's still thank you, Mus, for saying that. But you see, Anas is still mad in the comments, and he's still strawmanning what I said. Right? I didn't say it was a fallacy. I said it was fallacious. Please, Anas, learn the difference. Fallacious is just going to refer to anything that is deceptive in reasoning in an argumentation, in an argument just to begin with, right? And what was fallacious was, Anas, when you said that this term of a real distinction, when I brought up the definition, is colloquial, therefore I can't use it in this argument to refute you, is number one, not a good argument, and fallacious because it still applies, whether you like it or not, to the ontological nature of your Allah, which you conceded was composite with parts. Anas literally said in front of 35 people, the 35 people who were here at the time, he literally said in front of a whole audience that yes, he agrees with my syllogism in that Allah is composite, meaning that the hand of Allah is a part of Allah in his essence, meaning not the entirety.
Can you restate the syllogism?
Oh my, I'm not restating the syllogism. You were here the entire time. I'm not restating the syllogism. I went through the syllogism with you 4 times. I counted how many times I went through the syllogism with you.
You didn't give us. Do you know what a syllogism even is?
An argument.
Yeah, it's premise.
I provided the syllogism via
premises.
questioning with
Bro.
you, which you indirectly affirmed you have a real distinction within your Godhead.
It's a premise-based argument.
Yeah,
that
okay.
has an outcome to it. So,
Well,
Jihadism, I brought you back up because you were saying rising. Do you have a question, or do you want to clarify some of Block real quick?
I was gonna ask Blockboy because before I asked him the same question, can you justify that a real distinction means composition?
No, it's fine. Salam
Oh my
alaikum.
goodness.
Let Block answer his question real quick, and then we'll move on to whatever your name is, the Arabic guy.
I mean,
Right,
exactly.
yeah, so I'll answer with what every Muslim wants to hear. Let's say for in the person of Jesus, right? In Miaphysite Christology, with which I hold to, in Oriental Orthodox Christology, we would say that Christ possesses one composite nature. Now, the one nature is going to be comprised of the human nature
No,
and the
human
divine
essence,
nature in
human
unity.
substance.
Can
No,
you
no.
whoosh? I'm responding to jihadism. Please don't interrupt. Please stay on mute.
If you interrupt again, man, I'm just gonna drop you down. I'll bring another Muslim up who wants to come up. All right. But if you're gonna interrupt and not have a debate with him, then I'll just drop you down. All right, so just stay on mute for me, please. Go ahead, Block.
Thank you. Thank you. So, oh my God, he keeps on coming off of mute. I'm gonna drop this guy. He keeps on coming off of mute. But yeah, jihadism, right? Your question was, can you justify how a real distinction would prove that in all cases, this would just be synonymous with a composite nature, right?
Yes.
I'll just answer it with what most Muslims want to hear, right? When we go to the Trinity, the second person of the Trinity, the reason a real distinction would work here, right, is because there's the hypostatic union. God took on flesh, hypostatically unified in the one person, right, of Christ, right? So in this example, right, that I'm giving you, Christ and his human nature, the human nature we all know is composite, right? Composed of parts. There's no denying that. If any Christian wants to deny that Christ and his human nature had parts, then they're just illogical, right?
Hey,
So we
by the
can
way,
say
Block,
that our,
not to interrupt you, but can you put the topic back up so
oh
everybody
yeah,
knows what the topic is real quick? And
yeah,
another
sorry.
thing, everybody, please tap the screen and share the live. I would appreciate it. Get some more people in here. More Muslims who want to come up and talk about this will be welcome. Any Muslims are welcome. We can have a respectful conversation. No blasphemy, none of that. The past Muslims couldn't really represent that kind of behavior really well, so maybe you guys could come up and have some good behavior on that. We will too. We keep it fair. Anyway, go ahead, Block. Continue.
Yeah. So in saying that, right, like I said before, no Christian is gonna deny that Christ's human nature was composite, just like human nature in general is composite, right? Um, but again, right, we see like in the hypostatic union, right? This is a composition of both the divine nature and the human nature, but just unified right in that union, which is hypostatically, according to Miaphysite Christology, called one nature to begin with, which is just going to be synonymous with hypostatic union. But that's derailing. I digress. Right. The point is, right, that once you have two things that are not identical to each other, in this example, it's going to be the divine nature and the human nature, right? There is composition. That's all we say. And because of the incarnation, we as Christians can affirm composition in the second person of the Trinity and in the Godhead, right? Not according to the divinity, but according to Christ's humanity. You understand? So again, and the hypostatic union, according to that, right? So again, right? I don't understand why this wouldn't. And I wouldn't use the word be synonymous, but I don't understand how you couldn't accept this definition, right, of how this could apply in certain ways, specifically relating to the ontological level of how you describe the metaphysics of your Allah. Right?
Okay, can I respond?
Yes.
Okay, so you initially stated that in Miaphysitism, Christology, hypostatic union, that you have one nature composited, and you have two natures inside the composition. This is incorrect. When when Saint Cyril of Alexandria in the Chalcedon wrote the third legend of the story, he said, Miaphysis, that the one nature, the word incarnated. Right? And then in Miaphysitism's scholastics, which you don't study because you don't know this, it's Miaphysis un Dio Usia, meaning that you have Anthropos Usia and Logos Usia. You have a God Usia and in the humanity Usia, unified into one composite nature. Because the nature has three categories, as Aristotle says, and Neoplatonic says, and so does Plato himself says it, right? So regarding metaphysitism, this is an incorrect definition. Regarding one nature, one composite nature, and then inside of it is two natures. This is incorrect. It's one nature, and inside of it is two substances. Dio ossia, because you have metaphysis, toi te logos te karmini. Like
Okay, can I respond? Can I respond to that?
can I respond to the Tawhid first again?
No. I'm gonna respond to what you said. What you just said was very fallacious.
Listen, I respectfully waited.
Ahmed Qureshi, you're the same one who was racist to me on the last time we spoke. I'm being respectful to you. Let me respond to what you said. You said that there's one. You said there's one substance identical within
No, there's
both
two
natures.
substances. No, that's incorrect. There's two substances inside the one composite nature.
Oh, now you're switching your position. Okay,
That's what
two
I said.
substances
Look,
within the
look,
one
I
composite
want you
nature.
to,
So how does this? Wait. Ahmed, please.
You are
You
switching your
first.
position. You just said one.
Wallahi, I did not.
And now you're
I'm
saying
asking.
two.
This is literally what I said.
But,
I said one.
Wallahi, if that's all God means to you, then you're pathetic, man. Because that's
Okay.
what you just said.
I said mia feces, one nature, on dio usia, on two substances. Do you know Greek, Blockboy? I'm assuming you don't.
You said one.
I said I didn't say mia do.
So
I didn't say
Ahmed,
mia
you're
dio.
switching your position.
Nobody. Okay, nobody
You're
heard me
just
say
affirming
mia dio.
Miaphysite Christology
No,
at this point.
I said mia feces on dio usia,
know
one
why we're
nature
talking
in the
about
two substance, one nature, and instead of one nature is two substances, anthropos substance, anthropos usia, and logos usia. This is what I said. Why are you trying to change my position?
I don't even know why we're talking about this because he uses as an example.
Because he does not know his own metaphysics,
That's not even the
Christology.
point.
He got condemned by Nick.
Excuse me,
He does.
bro. Chill out, man. So he uses it as an example. So I don't know why you're addressing his actual point, his syllogism.
Blockboy, let's formally debate. Let's formally debate.
Yeah, you already had a debate with
No,
Sig
no,
on this,
no,
and
okay,
where you got
Blockboy-
absolutely.
Hold on. Block's trying to
Correct.
talk. Go ahead, Block.
Yeah, thanks. So, Ahmed Qureshi, you had a debate with Sig on this where you performed horribly.
You don't even know how
you
things means to
perform-
talk.
You
You don't know
performed
geophysitism. You don't know passive potency.
horribly.
Okay, so why don't we
So
formally?
wait. I'm
Listen,
not gonna waste my
if
time
you
and
win,
have a
I
debate
apostate. Deal?
with you on this where you already had a debate. Can you not talk while I'm talking? Notice how I didn't talk when you were talking, Ahmed Qureshi. Ahmed Qureshi, stop talking when I'm talking. Thank you very much. Now I'm going to ask you a question concerning passive potency. Does your Allah possess passive potency? Yes or no?
Do you know what passive potency is before?
Yes, I just answer the question. Yes or no? Of course, I know
You're
what it means.
changing the topic, and you don't know what passive potency is.
No, because we're gonna go back to metaphysitism, but you just use the Miaphysite position to diverge from what the topic is.
Miaphysite
The topic is
position?
not on metaphysitism. I used Miaphysite
so
Christology as an
you're
example,
changing the block-
as an analogy,
the post,
right? To answer
Answer the
jihadism.
question.
Okay,
Answer the question, Qureshi.
so you affirm that you don't know the metaphysitism position.
Oh my
Just
goodness.
answer the question. It's a yes or no, man. Just answer the question.
Okay, what is your question?
Does Allah possess passive potency? Yes or no?
No.
Thank you very much. Go to Sahih Muslim 805.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, if you gotta pull it up, Block,
yes,
because I
yes.
can't at the moment. I'm outside right now, so I can't pull
I
it
got
up.
you. I can put my screen on.
Okay. And do you know what passive potency is?
Oh yes, yeah. The active change from the substance.
No, that's not what
And
passive potency
yes,
is.
it's in a synthesis of Thomistic theology.
No, that's not
Yes,
Thomist.
it is. Yes, it is. You can read up on it.
Okay.
Passive potency and section 5 of
No,
a synthesis of Thomistic theology.
second.
Stop running.
1 second.
Now,
This is
listen.
Shar.
Look at the hadith. Look at the hadith. Sahih Muslim 805. You said your Allah does not have the ability to change. He does not have the ability to change or transform into anything. Remember, we're talking about passive potency, not active potency, which would be the equivalent of EED, right? We're passive potency, Allah changing, transforming from one substance to another. Let's see how you just buried yourself. On the day of resurrection, the Quran and those who acted according to it will be brought with Surah Al-Baqarah and Al-Imran preceding them. So number one, the Quran is presented, and two chapters of the Quran, Surah Al-Baqarah and Al-Imran, will precede. So two are preceding with the third, which is the Quran, right? Now, it says the Messenger of Allah likened them to three things which I did not forget afterwards. What did he liken them to? He, the Holy Prophet, likened them to two clouds. Two black canopies with light between them. Or like two flocks of birds in ranks pleading for the one who recited them. So number one, Allah takes on multiple forms. He proceeds in multiple forms with the as the Quran, Surah Al-Baqarah, Al-Imran, two surahs, clouds, which clouds are created, two black canopies which are created with light between them, which is created, flocks of birds are created. And what are they doing? They're pleading in ranks for the one who recited them, which means if they plead, they have a mouth to speak, to argue on behalf of those people. So now, for something to be able to speak, it has to have a mind. So let's count how many minds your God has through the act of his passive potency, likening himself to created objects. According to Surah 42:11, Allah is unlike his creation. All contradiction, number one. Now, let's see how many objects. Quran, Al-Baqarah, Al-Imran, two clouds, two black canopies with light in between them. Let's go up to that. Let's make that 8 now. And two flocks of birds in ranks. We'll equivocate that to 10. But if I wanted to be really generous, I could just say a flock of birds is like 10 to 20 birds. So then there would be a multiplicity, like you would have almost 30 minds and your Godhead. But just for the sake of argument, I won't even go there with you. Now, because you denied passive potency, I've shown you the passive potency that your God shows, taking on the form of created material. Two clouds. I thought Allah was unlike his creation. And all of which pleads, like I went over before, to plead and to argue on someone's behalf, you have to have a mind and a mouth. Your Allah's attribute not only transformed, but has a mouth and multiple minds to argue against himself. So Allah, with his 10 minds, argues with Allah. Thank you very much. You're a polytheist and you contradicted a Sahih hadith.
Okay. Can I respond now, please?
Yes, you can respond.
Before you respond, real quick, just block next time when you make your point. No offense or anything, but can you make it a little bit more brief? So
a little bit shorter? Yes.
Yeah, just so you have a brief dialogue, so nobody thinks anybody's monologuing or anything.
Okay.
Anyway, go ahead, Qureshi. Let's see.
May I get a big screen?
Yeah, sure.
I'll allow him like 5 minutes. It's all good.
I appreciate it. Thank you. I appreciate it. Now, regarding what passive potency is, right? I already made a 17-volume explanation of Aristotelian metaphysics, commenting every single paragraph within Aristotle. Now, passive potency is discussed in Aristotelian metaphysics. Now, if you go to Aristotelian metaphysics, active and passive potency. So, he doesn't know what active and passive potency is. He thinks that passive potency is when a substance changes form. This is not what passive potency is. Passive potency is when the first agent gets affected internally by an external agent. Meaning that there are two agents. The first agent is the main agent. The second agent is the external agent. And the second agent does an effect on the first agent and changes form. For example, if we take a block of wood and we get fire, this has to do with act, right? So the fire would be acting on the wood, and the wood be changing its form because of passive potency, since there's two agents. So he needs to show where there are two agents, and where one of the agents is affecting the main agent. This is what Aristotle says. And funny enough, I can show you similar stuff from Plotinus in his book, the 6 Tractates of the Aenids. I'll bring the same with the Republic 517e reference number. I'm doing it from memory, by the way. From memory, I'm doing this 517e, the Republic by Plato, and 518e for Plato as well. You can get Republic for these references because he has not studied what passive potencies are. So regarding what the hadith says, it says, on the day of resurrection, the Quran and those who acted according to it will be brought with Surah Al-Baqarah and Al-Imran preceding them. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam likened them to three things, which I did not forget afterwards. Nawas bin Saman. He the Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam likened them to two clouds or two black canopies with light between them, or like two flocks of birds in rings pleading for one another. So what we get in the hadith is talking about thamthil, right? You have no idea what passive potency is, right? Because there's no two agents. There's not a first agent, a second agent, or the second agent is affecting the first agent, and the first agent changes its material cause. Because if you actually open up, I'll even reference my own book for this, right? So I'll reference my first volume, right? If you go here, right? It's Explanation of Physics by Ahmed Qureshi. You go here, right? You see that there are three types of material cause, right? As the substance or matter that undergoes a change, for example, a copper in a coin, it is the material property of a subject. Of this are three subcategories. So we have primary matter, then we have secondary matter, then we have specific material cause. So you have to show, according to his definition from Aristotle, where he learned from Plato, where Allah gets affected from an external agent, where Allah gets three of the material causes changed, according to definition, because we don't even hold to Aristotle philosophy. We don't hold to this philosophy. Yet, even if you took it, look, it does not fall into passive potency, because you don't know what passive potency is. I think you thought that passive potency means like a thing that changes the essence or substance or accidental properties. That's not what passive potency is. I think you haven't read the scholastics at all. I'll consume my time. I think more time.
Okay, Black, you can have the screen back. If you want me to pull anything back up, then just put the topic back on the screen.
Yeah, I'm gonna put something on the screen just to share. So I'm on the synthesis of domestic theology right now, and specifically regarding potency, right? So what it says here is just regarding potency. So potency, that which is determinable, transformable, is not mere nothing. From nothing, nothing comes, said Parmenides. Right? So I just want to focus on this first part, right? Where it says potency is that which is determinable and transformable, right? Now, in passive potency, and it's good that you brought this up. My argument when I said your Allah transforms, right, wasn't in the context of the passive nature of the potency, although potency is transformable. When I said Allah transformed, I was relating it to the negation, which is Surah 42, verse 11, which says Allah is unlike his creation, right? You cannot liken your Allah to his creation. So in the hadith where it says he was likened to clouds or to black canopies or birds, when Allah's uncreated speech, i.e. the Quran that comes to defend and the people who recite it, transform and come into likeness of any of those created objects, that goes against what your Quran is saying. This is a Sahih Hadith, by the way. You can't make the argument, oh, it's Hassan, I can reject it. You have to affirm this, right? So in that, I'm saying the essence of your Allah took the form of flocks of birds, took the form, or will take the form in this case because it's future tense, or will take the form of clouds, black canopies with light between them, and so on and so forth. And all these things are distinct from each other and will argue on behalf of the Muslim. Again, notice how he didn't address this argument, that if something has a mouth to be able to argue and speak and has intellect, that it must have a mind. Notice how we named all 10 of these objects, including the Quran, in that one hadith, which adds up to 10. 10 separate minds that will argue with Allah to defend the Muslim. Notice how he didn't address that argument, but he went into the semantics of passive potency but forgot what potency actually is according to its definition in a synthesis of domestic theology or any other philosophical writing. This is Thomism, right? We have church fathers like Saint Thomas Aquinas, who was a Thomist himself, right? Thomism just refers to the what is and what is not of a thing, right? And after that, like I said before, potency, which your Allah possesses, is that which is determinable and transformable. Therefore, according to this definition, I would say your Allah's essence wasn't directly affected, but he took on a separate nature, a nature which he said he could not take on according to the Quran, again, chapter 42, verse 11. But I'll keep it at that. I don't want to take too much time.
If I may say something real quick before you respond, Qureshi. We got 21 people in here, but there's only 3.7K likes. I might have to do my thing, y'all. We ain't going nowhere until them likes go up. Y'all gotta invite your brothers and sisters up here. We need them so we can continue to have these academic debates. Nobody has to send gifts. We don't want none of that. But like the lie, get it in the algorithm, get some people to see it, get some viewers in here. This is getting good. It's getting interesting. By the way, after he goes, please affirm. I want you to affirm block. Respond to what he said regarding if passive potency, in passive potency, if a substance has to change or has to undergo change, because that would be interesting to respond to. But after he goes, of course.
Okay, yeah.
Can I basically respond? Alright, so I brought him from literal Book 9 of Metaphysics by Aristotle, right? So this is Book 9 of Aristotle. You brought a reference from some random university, from random recent modern scholastic. I'm taking the definition of passive potency regarding Aristotle. Now you change your position because I caught you here. You initially went from passive potency, Allah has passive potency, and then second of all, he has potency. I'll let you change your question, it's fine. Because I know this is not your first time changing your question when I catch you lacking, you know? So regarding what passive potency is, right, I already explained it. Now regarding if Allah is pure act, we nobody said that Allah is pure act because we don't hold to Aristotelian definitions. Well, and potency is not necessarily when something, a substance or material causes change. Potency is when there is a further realization state to be actualized. This is what potency is. No philosopher defines as a necessary contingent cause for a material cause to be active or present during pure actualization or potency. All potency is that there's future there's future realization to be actualized. Okay? Nobody said that Allah is pure act. Second of all, you bought the Quran. Regarding the hadith, right? It says, قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. This is what it says. وَضَرَبَ لَهُمَّا رَسُولُ اللَّهِ صَلَّى اللَّهُ عَلَيْهِ وَسَلَّمَ. And this is him. This is him giving an example. What does the root word matha? It says amthali. What is mathala? Mathala just means an example. It's not gonna be an actualized or real state of what it is. If I gave that, okay, my finger is a mathala of a hata. I'm not saying that my finger is a hata. Regarding the hadith, on the day of the resurrection, the Quran and those who acted according to it will be brought with Surah Al-Baqarah and Al-Imran preceding them. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam likened them to three things which I did not forget afterwards. He sallallahu alayhi wasallam likened them to two clouds, or two black canopies with light between them, or two flock of birds in ranks between another one. So this is talking for one who recited them. So this is not talking about the Quran being changed. It's not saying that the Quran will be like the two flocks of birds. It's talking about alladina. It says right here, okay, so وَأَحْلِ الَّذِينَ and those الذين كانوا يعملون به تقدموا سورة البقرة والإمران وضرب لهما رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم ثلاثة أمثال. So it's talking actually about what's the example, the tamthil, so we say Allah ليس كمثله شيء, but regarding the hadith it says وأهله الذين, and those who had done it. The Rasulullah was giving amthalin, he was given a mithlihi regarding the alladina, those who recited the Quran. So the Quran is Allah, the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is not giving an example of what the Quran is going to look like on the judgment. It's going to be the Prophet is giving an example of what the believers. It says in the Arabic it says alladina, those who act according to it, right? So because this is what's conjunction with who recited them, because that's the example that they're going to be black canopies with light between them, and liken them to three things which I forget. And by the way, we don't believe Allah is pure act, by the way. So if you find a potency argument, this does not destroy us, because we don't believe that Allah is pure act. I don't think you even know what pure act is. I think you twist it. But yeah.
Before you go, Block. How old are you, Ahmed Qureshi?
I'm sorry, what?
How old are you?
I'm 19.
Are you a scholar?
Am I a scholar?
Yeah.
No, I'm a servant of Allah.
Are you in university?
Yes.
Okay, you're a university student. Okay. Just wanted to see. I was curious.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, go ahead, Block.
Yeah. So let me answer.
Respond to that, and
Yeah.
remember to respond to whether if passive potency is when a substance changes form, because he said that the complete opposite. So
Okay. Yeah. So I actually responded to this earlier, and Ahmed Qureshi strawman my position in my initial argument. Maybe I should have been a little bit clearer when I said there's a transformation happening with the passive potency, in the passive potency, and in the act of, the two surahs preceding the Quran and them being likened to created materials like clouds, like black canopies with light between them, flocks of birds, etc. Right? So when I said transformation, I'm literally just annotating this to the one state of Allah's essence, i.e., His word, the Quran, His speech, taking on another form, right? So even in potency, like in the definition, if we're just going off of regular potency, right, in correlation to active potency, in the same text that I have, I'll put it on my screen, right? It quite literally says, hold on, let me just take this off. You strawman me by saying I was trying to negate, or trying to say that the whole essence by itself transforms. No, the act of passive potency is just literally going to be a change, right, or an adding on of the nature in this case, from one state of Allah's divine essence to another, i.e., in the case of Sahih Muslim 805, Allah's essence, His divine word, went from being Surah Al-Baqarah and Al-Imran to being likened to flocks of birds and all those other things mentioned. Now, what I have on the screen here, it says potency, the transformable, is not the mere negation of the determined form, not the privation in wood, say, and this is just giving an example of wood and the negation of itself. So I'm not negating Allah's previous form when I said He transformed. Quite literally, I'm saying the act of active potency in this case is just going to be Allah taking on another nature, i.e., the two flocks of birds. And again, you haven't resolved the contradiction with Surah 42:11. I thought your Allah was unlike His creation. Answer the question and the objection and the contradiction, Ahmed Qureshi. Answer the contradiction. This is why you've been diverting from the contradiction and playing around the semantics of the Arabic language. Why did your God become two flocks of birds, two black canopies? Why are there distinctions, real distinctions, in this case, if your Allah is one and indivisible? Again, Like, that's the question. Please address this contradiction. I don't even think I have to go further with this. I answered the question. I addressed your straw man of my position. I know I addressed specifically what passive potency is according to the hadith, right? And that it's not negating the previous form, but actually transforming by taking on another form in the context of Tawheed and in this hadith alone, which you contradicted yourself earlier by saying Allah does not possess passive potency. But in this, you cannot deny that he takes on multiple forms and comes in the likeness of multiple forms. I could even go to Ibn Majah, the famous hadith, even Ibn Majah, where the uncreated procession of your Allah's speech, i.e., the Quran, will come on the day of resurrection like a pale man. Like a pale man. Now, again, why does your Allah's speech come like a pale man? Please answer the objection. Ahmed Qureshi, you have failed to answer the objection of number one. And this is the last thing I'm going to say. I don't want to take too much time. Of number one, why your God has passive potency in contradiction with what you said. Why there are multiple distinctions between the forms that he takes on in this transformation, not negating his previous form, i.e., his essence. And I mean, let's leave it at that, pretty much that. So, can you answer the question? Please do respond.
Before he does, I'm going to ask you a question, Block.
Yes.
Is passive potency when a substance changes form?
I would say not exactly. Passive potency is just going to be the act of the form adding to it itself. So, like, for example, your mind, right? This is just a basic analogy, right? When you acquire new knowledge, like when someone teaches you, and it's adding to the original substance, but it's not transforming it in a literal sense. It's just adding to it, right? That's a basic analogy I can give to it, right? So when I'm talking, yeah.
So it has to change or be changed, particularly in its form or state, by any external agent or cause. Along those lines.
Yes, and what Ahmed Qureshi said before was correct, and now what he was arguing was not like his argument saying that I was arguing against this position was a straw man.
Yeah, I just wanted to clarify that because people in the comments were pretty upset about that. They were misunderstanding the whole time. So now we got a clarification. Anyway, go ahead, Qureshi.
Yeah.
Can I get this real quick, please? Big screen. You're almost. Alright, thank you. So you heard Blockboy 1. He said that Allah's essence is the Quran. And I know you heard that too, please be honest. Second of all, he said that passive potency is when a change in nature occurs. Right, so you heard that. Then he changed the definition. So first I'm address it, that he does not know the authority of Aqidah, right? We don't believe that Allah's is identical to an attribute. We don't form ADS, we are from Tawheed. We're Muslim. Okay? Now, this is what passive potency is. You change, and this is from Aristotle. This is from Aristotle, metaphysics. Now, so, okay. So regarding passive potency. For one kind of is a potency for being acted upon, passive potency, which is the patient, which is the first agent I told you, and is a principle of its being passively moved by as much as another. So saying that something, the patient is getting affected by the agent. Another kind is a state of insensibility to change for the worse and to corruption by other thing as much, either by its principle's change. There's another type of potency that he doesn't know. So the first one, this is passive potency. Okay? Now, regarding the hadith he pulled up, right? Regarding the hadith, he said, right? And by the way, that passive potency is when the patient gets acted upon by the agent. So you have to prove that you have to prove where Allah is the patient getting acted upon by an agent. And regarding the hadith you pulled up, right? The Quran will come to you on the day of resurrection like a pale man, and will say, I am the one who kept you awake, you know. We got actual cited, it's da'if. Anyways, so I'll address this again. I have to again. I feel like you don't know. I feel like you thought that the hadith were recorded in English. Unfortunately, the Prophet ﷺ spoke Arabic in the Arabian Peninsula, which how he spoke to him. By the way, it's da'if according to Albani in the book of Jahmi. It's yeah. Anybody who thinks that Allah's attributes are created is Jahmi. Can you
Must.
can you please?
They just him and Blocboy are going back and forth. We'll let you jump in a little bit.
No, I'm good. Just need you to
Regarding
block.
the
Give me a second, brother. Ahmed, give me a second, please.
Just,
Can you block Akhi Tizi X and Pac-Man, please?
why?
Are they blaspheming or something?
Yeah, they are blaspheming.
I didn't see them blaspheming the comments.
Don't worry about it, please, Ahmed.
I'll go see you again.
I want
Yeah,
them
just
blocked.
just don't worry about it, Ahmed, please.
Okay.
Thank you.
Anyway,
Go ahead.
go ahead and continue, Qureshi, sorry.
Alright. So regarding the hadith that is not da'if, like this hadith he brought up, it's a weak hadith, and the reason it's going to be da'if according to Albani. Now regarding the hadith he pulled up about this one after recited again. Right? On the day of resurrection, the Quran and those who had according to it will be brought with Surah Al-Baqarah and Al-Imran, praising them. Rasulullah likened them to three things, which I did not forget afterwards. He, Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, likened them to two clouds, or two black canopies with light between them, or two flocks of the birds, ranks and pleading to one who was like. Not gonna lie, before I joined this life, I knew I have to teach Arabic again. So regarding the hadith where it says that that's وَضَرَبَ لَهُمَا, right? So he set forth lahuma unto them, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, ثَلَاثَةَ أَمْثَلٍ, an example. And what's example? It's going to be an example وَأَهْلِهِ الَّذِينَ. So وَأَهْلِهِ الَّذِينَ. So the people which are those who recited the Quran on about Baqarah on the Yawm al-Qiyamah, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam made them example. ثلاثة أمثال, gave them example regarding two clouds or in black canopies with light between them, or two flocks of birds in ranks pleading for one and in each other. Right. The reason. So regarding amthalin, an example is not a literal identity, right? So when you're saying, okay, that's my finger, it's a mathala of a hot dog, I'm not saying that my finger is identical to a hot dog. Nor does the Quran, or nor does the hadith say that the Quran is identical to black canopies. So let's say I granted you're talking about the Quran, right? Let's say if it's not, but if it was. It's saying it's giving a mithlihi, right? It's giving an example that's okay. This is an example of my hot dog, but it's not, my finger's not identical to my hot dog. Second of all, and Paul Bishop, the hadith, the weak hadith he put up was this one hadith. It's da'if according to Albani. So don't get me started, Paul Bishop. We don't want another 1 million views video post on our accounts. Anyways, the hadith, and I'll bring up Fath al-Bari. Of course, you don't know what that is. It's a sharh from Kutub al-Sitta. You don't know what Kutub al-Sitta is. So I'll bring Fath al-Bari, the sharh of Kutub al-Sitta regarding Sahih Muslim and Sahih Bukhari, regarding this ayah, if you want more proof. Right? But literally the hadith says وَأَحْلِهِ الَّذِينَ كَانُوا, right? So it's giving the subject of those, right? It says that ثلاثة أمثال, right? So this is what it is talking about. Because okay, this is proof it is talking about the Quran. This is 100% proof talking about the Quran. So وَضَرَبَ لَهُمَا. So and he set forth about them. It's a plurality. Lahumma, among them. The Quran is not plural. The Quran is singular. وَضَرَبَ لَهُمَا Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam ثلاثة أمثال ما نسيتهن بعد قال كأنهما غممتان أو ظلمتان سودوان بينهما. So between them, شرق أو كأنهما حسق من طير سوف تحاجان عن صاحبهم. Right. So this is talking about those who recited it. Right. Now this is the
Okay,
proof.
I'd like to respond.
Yeah, but finally, this is the proof. It's talking about the people, not the Quran. وَضَرَبَ اللَّهُمَّ Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So it's about the example of them. ثَلَثَةَ أَمْثَلِ. Done.
Can I comment on the weak hadith, please? He's lying about that, though.
Actually, I have the evidence right here.
Okay, show me the Albani. Go ahead, show me the Albani saying his life.
Okay, Albani, right here.
Okay, so here's Kitab al-Fada'il. Bab. Okay,
Okay. Who's this?
Al-Albani.
Okay.
Okay.
Now, what is
Let's
the
read the
hukm?
hadith.
Okay. What is
Let's see the
hukm?
hadith. Let's make sure. Let's make sure we're talking about the same hadith.
Okay. Matan.
Yeah, المتن. Okay. يجي يوم. Okay. كالرجل الصاحب فيقول. Okay. So
And
who's
this
this
is
website?
extracted from here.
Who's this website? Whose website is this?
Doesn't matter who website is. I have the sources right
It
here.
does matter.
Oh,
All
so
he's gonna do is
are
he's
you
gonna
attacking my
contradict the sunnah.
website? Okay, are you attacking my
Okay.
website?
So hold on. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, attack my website.
So I can
sources
make a
right here.
website that says.
Okay.
I can make a website.
Okay. You can go do yourself. Al Jaza.
Sure.
Come on. Al Jaza or Al Da'if.
Al what? Al Jaza?
Read.
Doesn't know how to say the word.
I don't know how to
And
speak.
this is concerning the
Is
the
this
day of
Arabic?
resurrection and
I don't know, he's speaking
or is it this concerning the pale man hadith?
Now, here's your proof. It's Da'if according to Albani.
For which hadith? The pale man
For
hadith?
which hadith?
Okay, this website. The matan is the same exact
Okay.
matan.
For which hadith? Watch out, he's gonna bury himself right now.
Pale man, like a pale man. And one second,
Okay,
it's
so
a
the
one.
pale, okay,
Go
perfect,
to the
perfect,
left.
perfect.
Go to the left. Go to the left.
He doesn't want to go to the left.
Darussalam the ulama. Darussalam is our muhaddith. Is he our greater?
Okay, let's go to the pale man hadith. Okay.
Do not make me get.
What does it say? I dare you to disregard the sunnah. What does it say?
Okay. Hassan.
What does it say? What does it say?
Okay. Darussalam.
Oh,
So it's
Hassan.
not
It's
dying.
Darussalam is not a
acceptable.
scholar.
So it's not
You don't take from Darussalam. They're not a scholar.
Oh.
They're a book company, you jahil.
Hassan.
They're
Wait. It says acceptable.
Wait, no.
So wait. If it
I
wasn't
showed you.
acceptable, it wouldn't be in your sunnah.
Listen. Okay.
And if it wasn't acceptable, it would have said
Darussalam.
da'if. Does it say da'if? Ahmed Qureshi, be intellectually honest. Does it say da'if or Hassan acceptable?
Okay. Blocboy, can I show you
Does it
something?
say da'if or Hassan acceptable?
It says da'if. It says da'if,
Oh,
actually.
it says da'if. I'm not talking to this
da'if.
guy, bro. Somebody
says da'if.
get this guy on mute, bro. This guy's a joke.
Hadith science.
This guy's a joke. He said it's
Hassan.
da'if when I'm literally looking at it.
Darussalam
Right,
is
this is
not
the
a
pale man
person.
hadith.
Darussalam is not a person.
3781.
I showed you the Darussalam's grading. They're
Hassan.
not scholar. They're not a muhaddith. They don't do
So
Islam.
all you're doing is you're showing a
Darussalam is not a
contradiction
scholar.
between who believes what hadith is
Okay. You want proof?
acceptable and not acceptable.
Okay,
That's what you're
I'll
showing.
give you my imam even criticizing.
So wait.
I'll
Ahmed
give
Qureshi.
you my DMs from my
Ahmed Qureshi,
imam.
please stop
saying
what
that
we're
we don't
talking.
take
I want to
from
ask you a
Hold on,
question.
guys, just chill.
I'll show
All right,
I'll show you from my imam.
Ahmed, you just came from talking for 5 minutes.
Hang on. Okay, so
It's
go ahead.
that.
All right. Chill, Qureshi. Go ahead, Block.
Thank you. So, Ahmed, you notice how you didn't address any of the objections.
I did. I judged everything.
Notice you said you disregarded the hadith, you called it da'if, and you
It's a
disregarded the sunnah that calls it Hassan
Put on your
acceptable.
salvation.
On the
Put on your
basis of
salvation.
semantics, what you've just done, can you stop interrupting? Did I interrupt when you were speaking? No, I didn't. So thank you very much. What you just proved is a contradiction between your scholarly opinion on who is right concerning this hadith, right? And this is concerning the messenger of Allah. This is concerning your messenger. What the hell is happening outside? This is concerning your messenger, right? So I don't know why you're denying a hadith about what your messenger said. This says the messenger of Allah said. So you're gonna deny the words of your prophet and call the words of your prophet daif? Somebody clip this. He said the words of Muhammad are daif. Somebody clip him. He said the words of Muhammad are daif. Now, regarding what will happen with Al-Baqarah and Al-Imran on the day of resurrection when they will appear. Notice how my opponent failed to address the contradiction and the objection and to the main argument. He went into the Arabic, started reciting the Arabic. Oh, it's like this. It's just an
God
example. It's
bless you.
not
God
really
bless you.
this. God bless. He said it doesn't really mean that they're going to transform into all these things or that they will take on the nature of all these things. Notice my argument was, why then is the messenger of Allah likening Allah's speech, which is a part of his uncreated eternal essence, to creation, i.e., clouds, i.e., black canopies, i.e., flocks of birds and ranks pleading, when the Quran specifically says in Surah 42:11, don't come off of mute, Qureshi boy. Well, in Surah 42:11, that the creator of the heavens and the earth, he has made for you from yourselves mates, and among the cattle mates, he multiplies you thereby. And there is nothing like unto him, and he is the hearing and seeing. So there's nothing like him. So if there's nothing like him, why did your prophet contradict the Quran and use an analogy? In this case, if I'm appealing to your argument, to compare Allah to his creation when Allah is unlike his creation. Thank you very much. Even through your own analogy, you bury the Quran, you bury Islam, and you buried yourself today. Please consider yourself an apostate for denying your Quran and
Can
the
I,
Hadith.
can I say something quick, just for 30 seconds?
Yeah.
Ahmed Qureshi, he appealed for the 6 books. He said, oh, the Kutub Sitta, and you don't even know what that means. Okay, here's Ahmed Qureshi. I'm going to give you one of the 6 books where it's not included in Al-Albani, unless you're saying Al-Albani is one of the 6 books. You want to tell me that, or do you want to confirm that the 6 books are Hujra alayk? It's an argument against you. Can I get big screen quickly, please?
Hujja alayk?
Hujra alayk. Yes.
Hujja
That means
alayk.
that means it's an argument against you, you genius. Don't talk about Arabic. You don't know Arabic.
I think I know a better Arabic than you on Pakistani.
Oh yeah. I was laughing, laughing when you were reading Saudawan. You couldn't read it. You were just like, I'm gonna skip this word because it's too hard. Okay, here. صحيح ابن ماجه خلاصة حكم المحدث حسن يجيء القرآن يوم القيامة كالرجل الشاحب. Oh, صحيح ابن who? Ibn Majah. Isn't that one of your 6 books?
No.
Isn't that you just threw Dar es Salaam under?
Sunan ibn Majah, not Sahih.
Sure. So صحيح ابن ماجه المصدر صحيح ابن ماجه.
Wait, so Sahih ibn Majah is a kitab في كتب الستة.
And who's المحدث?
Answer
Who's
my question.
المحدث?
Okay, read the hadith. Fine, read the hadith.
Who's the muhaddith? Mus, coerce him, please. Tell him to tell you who's the muhaddith, please.
Yeah, read the hadith.
I beg you. No, you have to answer my question. Who's al muhaddith?
No. This is called
dude.
I didn't get to ask Blocboy immediate questions.
Ahmed, you're running.
Don't run, Ahmed.
This is a Blocboy. You called for emergency 911, bro. You called for
no. This is fine. Okay.
Address the question, Ahmed. Qureshi.
Just make your statement. I refute you.
Qureshi,
so that way we can make progress. Qureshi, so we can make progress. Can you answer his question really quick?
No, I want him to make a statement. Make a statement. Just, I'm not entertaining him. Make his statement so I can refute afterwards. Yallah, cricket.
I know, but it's better. It's better so we can make progress in the conversation.
Yeah.
Make sure everybody to make sure everybody's on track. So can you just answer really quick?
Yeah, most respectfully, we could have made progress if it's between me and Blockboy. Obviously, cut for now one.
Who's
I don't
Al
have Pac-Man up here. I don't have Eminem up here. I don't have Yaqub up here. I don't have Umar up here. Actually, Umar, bring up Umar.
Bring all of them.
Okay, bring Umar. Bring
You can
Umar.
bring all of them.
Bring Eminem. Bring Eminem.
Okay, bring Umar. Umar is here. Umar is here. Bring Umar.
You can bring up anybody you want.
But you don't. But wait.
It's still gonna be-
Nobody else is speaking. It's just you and Dogboy. Like
No,
this was just.
me, Umar. No, Umar is here. Bring him, Umar.
That was academic. Why you need a
Why you
round?
need your
Because
boyfriend
Paul is
Omar?
here.
You debate.
All right, listen. The topic is.
One
No,
on
one
one.
second. Let me address it. Let me address it.
Sorry.
You're trying to be
I
academic.
gotta go too. Look, I gotta go quickly. But
You gotta go
listen.
quickly. I know Umar's here.
Yeah,
Umar's here.
no, because you've been exposed, you're a liar. He said that Al-Albani graded it as ضعيف, and here I have Al-Muhaddith Al-Albani, Al-Masdar Sahih Ibn Majah. This is the number of the hadith. خلاصة حكم المحدث. حكم المحدث. Who's the muhaddith? Oh, let's remind you again. Al-Muhaddith Al-Albani. The grading is Hasan. Oh, so it's Hasan. Oh, wait, hold on. This is from an authentic and authoritative website. It's called the Durar Sunniya. This has been funded by the Sunni scholars and actually monitored by the Sunni scholars. This is not a Mickey Mouse website that you just make up. This is an actual authoritative website, and it's telling you the Muhaddith Al-Albani, which he appealed to, is Hasan. It's not Da'if. You liar. You've been exposed.
Are you done?
Yes, he's done. Now, one second. Who is Umar? Somebody want to?
Yeah, like the dude with the Arabic book in his profile picture.
Nobody's even requested. So
Invite him.
He refused to address it was Al-Albani because he knew he got exposed.
No.
Anyways, God bless you all. Don't let this guy fool you with his nonsense. He makes things up as he goes. Show us an actual website. Don't show us your Mickey Mouse.
I mean, I had some questions, but I thought there was a debate going on between Ahmed and Blockboy.
Yeah, sorry. I only wanted to protect the truth. I only wanted to protect the truth and the fact that he's lying because I know for a fact he's lying. Did I not show that Al-Albani says it's Hasan?
Now give me my.
Yeah, that's true. He showed the graduation. That's true. You cannot deny that. But I mean, I can say from my standpoint, I think that Ahmed lied. But honestly, I want to see the passive potency of Allah. The argument was
You don't know
pretty
what? Listen, you don't know passive potency.
disgusting.
So God bless you too, Paul Bishop. Always a pleasure having you up, man. Take care of yourself. You good rest
God
of your
bless you, Paul Bishop.
Anyway,
Okay.
I'm in Qureshi.
Okay, can I get Bistri now?
Yes, you have your time. Go ahead.
Okay, can I get Bistri? Now, regarding the first hadith, right? So obviously, a Blockboy had run from it. Now, from now on,
Hey, no disrespect, Qureshi, but can I just say something to the audience real quick?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, just one quick. We got 41 people in here. Can everybody tap the screen for me? Get the likes up to like 5K. That'll be fine. 10K for me. That'll be good. Anyway, go ahead, Qureshi.
Alright. So this is the first hadith he pulled up regarding Allah, and he says it's passive potency. He doesn't know what passive potency is. Now, regarding the hadith, it says on the day of resurrection, the Quran and those who act according to it will be likened, according to it, will be brought with Surah Al-Baqarah and Al-Imran preceding them. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam likened them to three things which I did not forget afterwards. Now, here's the thing. The Messenger of Allah likened them to three things. Where is this in the hadith? It says it right here. It says, وَضَرَبَ لَهُمَّ He set forth unto them, Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, ثَلَاثَةَ This is three, أَمْثَلٍ مَا نَسِيتُهُنَّ بَعْدُ قَالَ كَأَنَّهُمَّ كأنهما غمامتان أو ظلامتان. So this is regarding to what?
Is this Arabic?
Baby, don't shut up. Listen now. I speak better Arabic than you.
This is amazing. You just butchered Arabic.
Mute him.
Mama,
Now mute him. He's on Arabic.
Babylon, let's let him finish.
Now regarding the hadith, he doesn't. I promise you, Sylv knows better Arabic than him. Sylv hates Babylon. Sylv called him a heretic. Anyways, now regarding, don't cry, because your friends don't. Christian brothers
I'll
don't
give it to
respect you.
Aisha later. Don't worry.
No, shut up. I'll give it to
This is
Rebecca after.
academic. No,
I'll give it to Rebecca
Ahmed is
after.
fair. Ahmed
Now
is fair.
listen.
Let's be academic.
Listen.
Stop insulting.
Listen, Babylon, as a
He
Pakistani.
gave the finger. Saints, he gave the finger.
As
Did you
a
see it?
No, I'm
Pakistani,
just saying. I'm just
Yeah,
being.
he
I'm
gave
just being
he
fair
gave the
with each
finger,
other.
so I
This
give
is
it to
being
Aisha. You know.
I give it to Rebecca, bro. I give it to Paul too. I
Don't
give it to
don't
Yeah, yeah.
insult Christ
Nah,
who has
shut
never
up.
insult.
Yeah, drop that
Yo,
idiot.
no,
I speak better Arabic than you.
Qureshi.
We're being
Now,
academic here, bro.
One second, everybody. 1 second. I'm gonna bring him back up. He's not gonna do it
no.
again.
I piss on his Holy Ghost. I piss on his Holy Ghost.
I promise you,
No,
we're
I
not
promise you.
gonna do this, bro.
Now, regarding the hadith, it says what?
Nobody's
Now
gonna do
listen,
this on my
the
channel, but I'm
hadith.
gonna bring him back up. He was being cool to begin with. All
No,
right.
okay. The hadith it says
Just
the
continue
hadith
to
says
say.
وَأَحْلِهِ الَّذِينَ. This is
Back up,
talking
Babylon.
about those who acted upon the Quran, and he gave the Rasulullah gave a mithlihi regarding the Quran.
Mos,
Babylon, shut up! I spit on your
Mos,
Holy
I'm
Ghost.
talking to the host, not to you.
Babylon, I
There we
spit on
go.
your Holy Ghost. I spit on your Holy Ghost, right? I poo on the Holy Ghost.
There you
Right?
go, Mos.
Now,
There you go,
regarding
Mos.
No. Drop Ahmed Qureshi.
Oh my
There-
God,
See, Mos?
man.
I
Drop him
piss
for
on your Holy
blasphemy.
Ghost.
There you go,
Theotokos
Mos.
mercy.
He's
Mars,
blaspheming.
Theotokos.
He's blaspheming.
There you go. There you go. He
So we
gave the
ended
finger.
up. One second. We
He
ended up
gave
with the
the
divine
finger,
essence of
and you
Allah
drop
being.
me. Wait,
No, but one
Habibi,
second, Babylon.
brother.
No, wait,
brother,
wait.
please.
Allah is in a
Come on.
state of potency.
Okay,
Just
can I
1
speak?
second. Yeah, go
He
ahead.
gave
Babylon.
the finger. All I said, give it to Aisha. I did not say anything. He gave the finger.
I didn't see him do that, but I mean, if he did, I mean, I would have dropped him anyway. But I was just, I dropped you just to make a point to him, and then I was gonna. You didn't do nothing wrong. You're fine.
Okay, no
Yeah,
problem.
Omar, you were in the panel up because your akhlaq was not
Holy
showing
Ghost,
with it.
Holy Theotokos. I piss on the Holy Ghost. I finger Holy Theotokos. I finger the Holy Ghost. I finger the Holy Ghost. I finger. I piss on the Holy Ghost. Who
There you
am
go.
Get him out of here.
There you
We
go.
pray for those who persecute us. It's fine. Don't worry. That's Ahlul Sunnah wal Jama'ah representing right there. Nonsense.
Yes.
But we pray for
Eh,
those who persecute
You,
us.
Saint, you pray, and I piss on Muhammad and Allah. Saint, my brother, you pray, and I piss on Aisha.
Do whatever you want.
Yes. Easy. I love you, brother. I love you. I
Nobody
respect
can
you.
be mad because you guys
But-
left.
Respect you too. I'm just trying to be Christ-like. Right? We're
Yeah,
trying to
but
be academic.
recorded.
So we
No.
ended up with the divine
Mr.
essence of Allah
Mr.
being in a
Anas.
state of passive potency.
Guys, one at a time.
Anas.
No, I
Anas
just
came
said
up,
that we.
Anas came up. He started cursing, acting a fool. So don't sit here and say Babylon blaspheme first, because you guys did it way before him. Okay, there was no reason to blaspheme. We were having a good dialogue, man. Having a good debate, Ahmed Qureshi. I can give you another chance, man, but I honestly don't trust you, man. I don't trust your agility to be smarter.
Fuck
He
your chance. I
still
piss on the
didn't.
Holy Ghost. Easy. I piss on the Holy Ghost. I piss on your Holy
Piss
Ghost.
on
I poo on the Holy
Muhammad
Ghost. I
and
piss on.
Aisha and Aisha.
It's fine.
Muhammad.
You can still offend whatever you want to do. That's just Ahlul Sunnah wal Jama'ah representing right there. His name is Aki X, guys. Everyone knows him.
I know.
That's somebody that represents Ahlul Sunnah wal Jama'ah daily, every day.
Yeah, there you go. Never mind. Good.
Demons manifest in the name of Christ, guys.
Yeah, that's true. I'd
Watch,
like
watch
to say.
this. Watch this.
Yeah, I think it's wrong to blaspheme against someone else's God, but I can't blaspheme
Oh, I thought you
against
were
your.
accurate.
Cause like you
Oh,
filthy. I'll
I
piss
thought
on
I
your
you.
have a
mother, bro. I'll piss on
question.
your
I
whole
have a
lineage. I'll
question.
piss
I
on your
have a
mother, bro. You
question.
I
filthy
thought you
I have
Kelly.
a
were.
Maybe
question.
shut
I have a
mouth,
I
bro.
question.
thought. Hang on,
I have
guys.
a
I'll piss on your
question. I
mother,
have a
bro.
question.
Hang
I
on,
have a
guys.
question.
my
Hang
I have a
on,
god.
question.
guys. Hang on, guys. So I thought you were Aki X on another account, bro. Appreciate that.
Bro.
Appreciate you
Now that
being
this is more
honest.
pure than this guy's mother, bro. I piss on his
Yeah,
mother,
but
bro. I
don't
piss on his
don't
whole lineage.
insult.
I
Why you
Oh
insulting? Why
my
you
god.
insulting?
piss on
Stop,
his
stop.
children, bro. I piss on his
You
children.
representing your religion. Is this how Muhammad was doing dawah? Is this how Muhammad was debating? No, that's not how Muhammad was doing this. So represent. Is this how a normal Muslim behaves every day?
And also,
What such a paganity is that?
Hey, W Block guys, because that was a good debate now.
also
Yeah,
let's
that was a good debate. We ended up with the divine essence being in a state of passive potency.
yeah, yeah.
I'm
That's
sucking Holy
insane.
Theotokos boobs. Fuck the Holy Ghost. Piss on the Holy Ghost. I'm sucking
Oh
Holy
my
Theotokos on
goodness,
That's
boobs.
this
Aki
Honor.
guy, he's
X.
back again. There's so many accounts.
Bro, Aki X can't be academic. His IQ is so down below that cannot have an argument. Present a syllogism. Come on, Aki. Come up. I have so many syllogism right now.
Nah, I'm not gonna bring the guy up. He's an idiot.
But concerning Ahmed Qureshi, like if you bring him back up, I'm
It's
not
because
talking
I'm
to
a
him again because
murtada.
wait, say, just let me say something. 1 second. If you bring it back up, I'm not gonna talk to him again. Like someone else can handle him because number one, you notice like you were being fair, Mus. Like when you felt like I didn't answer a question, you said, "Can you clarify this?" And your next time you would talk, I clarified. But when I asked him 4 questions concerning the multiple contradictions, especially in the beginning when he said Allah doesn't have any passive potency, and then after, when it was proven that Allah did take on another form, not negating the prior form of his essence, then he changed his position, affirmed active potency and passive potency in that regard, tried to strawman me, didn't address how, even through his semantics of the Arabic and how Muhammad was likening, the Quran and Allah to these things, either black canopies and whatever, all those other created materials, how that still wouldn't be a violation of Surah 42:11, which